Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. For those of you wondering what this is, well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So if this is not something you want to watch, well, depending on where you're watching this from, you'll have options, either to the right or to the left. Pick one. We strongly encourage you to do so. If you actually want to watch Dungeons and Dragons, if you want to watch us playing Dungeons and Dragons, if you just want to watch Dungeons & Dragons and you don't care who it is, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. We hope you'll have a pleasant evening. And if you like the rain and thunderstorm in the background, ambient mixer. It's a website you can go and make your own, or choose among some that have been made by other people. You only have to pay when you download it, and it is designed for ambiance. So if you have your own stream, you want to have a nice meditation stream, I don't know, you can definitely use some for your meditation. Or if you want to make sure that your players feel like they're gonna die in an encounter because they're sound of a fight, thunderstorm and rain, you can also do so.
Wait, I'm gonna die?
Oh, shoot.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, I knew I shouldn't have said that.
Wait a minute here. I didn't sign up
Man,
for
I
this.
went like 2 weeks without spilling the beans.
We all knew you were gonna die here. Sorry, I mean, we're tired of your character. That's all.
It's fine, I'll just roll a new one. Maybe like a cleric or something.
Well, we are missing a good cleric. I mean, George.
Like, you'll be the cleric of the anti-dragon. Cause constant conflict with
With
the
audience.
audience for the rest of the campaign.
Exactly.
Oh
I
no,
feel like
let's.
his
I
personality.
feel like
exactly.
Jorg's healed more than a cleric would have been able
Well,
to anyway.
that's what I was gonna say. Jorg had to always choose between summoning monsters or healing, and he mostly went with healing.
Well, in my own opinion, druids are one of, if not the best healers in the game. I would put clerics closer to like 1 or 2 steps below druids, but that's just me.
Well, so far I haven't found someone who managed to make what you said a lie, but, you know, the book says it's supposed to be the cleric, so...
With summoning, the health pool still gets bigger, so it's kind of like healing.
I mean, yeah, summoning. If you could put a monster between the enemy and us, that's preemptive healing.
Like, the best healing is not taking damage at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, meat
Or-
armor.
The wolf that just appeared out of nowhere and has 40 health or something, taking damage instead of
Yeah.
us.
Absolutely. And if in the future you ever want to summon a large swarm of monster and just throw them on your enemies, I can probably summarize you the swarm combat optional rules. That way you won't have to roll for every single attack your swarm of
Ooh,
half a CR rating wolf.
yeah.
George
If anybody
summons the
think more than, like,
bees.
2, I think swarms would be nice. Sometimes it's nice when I do like 4 or two big enemies, and I wouldn't want to do, or 2 animals. I wouldn't want to do swarm, but
That way you don't have to roll a bajillion dice when you summon 8 velociraptors.
yeah.
Oh, you never know. When he reaches the very high level, you know, when he'll be able to summon, to use 7th level spells, you know, just upcast your summons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The druid casts a spell.
Oh,
It's called Conjure Animals.
oh not again. All right, so. ah.
We have fun here.
What were we doing?
I'm not sure.
Were we supposed to be doing something?
I
Getting ready to
think-
watch me die.
Oh yeah, right. Delaying the inevitable. Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
All right, yes, and we even started it a little bit late. Sorry, we had Skype problem. Well, I had Skype problem. And that's why we... yeah, Skype. Unfortunately, it's
Love
still
it.
one of the leading software for this.
Discord.
Leading.
One of the
Makes my
leading.
Desktop shut off sometimes.
They got better during the pandemic. They did fix some of the issues, but they still have their main huge issue of bandwidth and sometimes dropping someone. And if it's the caller, well, you have a problem. So, the beginning of the episode. Yes. Last episode. Ah, yes. The party was treated to a bit of rest and relaxation as they entered the monastery at the top of the mountain. Or rather, they were offered rest and relaxation. However, the party decided that their time was better spent participating in a small, friendly tournament organized in order to determine who would be the most worthy to challenge their most prestigious student who had just come back from years of traveling and adventuring. Well, unfortunately for the party, they know who that is, and that's audience wish girlfriend.
One of audience.
Yeah, we got her off a wish.
No, but this one would be a wish. The others, it's just a I really love to, but this one is a wish. So they mostly know how it's gonna turn out, but apparently a lot of the students of this monastery do not, and well, we go back inside our adventure just as the final duel of the tournament is about to take place. And the party finally gets to ask for an audience with the dragon afterward. Hopefully.
I'm gonna chill down here and heal after I get the shit beat out of me, so have fun, guys.
No, but there's no...
You know what? It's a blood sacrifice.
God damn it.
It's gonna give a whole new meaning to the word with your blood and sweat.
Don't forget about tears.
Yeah. Well, not if you're unconscious.
Just crying in my
I don't know. I
sleep.
cry in my sleep.
So,
Alright.
after this interesting meal that you had, simple but filling, you all gathered back inside of the monastery training ground, which gives you an interesting view off of the mountain. Few braziers have been lit up so that the place is very well lit. All of the monks and the priests of this monastery are gathering around, taking their place. Some of them are even betting on how long the fights will last, because apparently it has been determined during this little break, during the meal, that two of the three competitors have decided to do the duel together. And the last one wants to have a one-on-one duel with Amiali.
Ugh.
So,
Yes, I'm sure many a man wants a one-on-one wrestling match with Amiali.
yes, but Tobiashi gets to try and have a 2-on-1 with Amiali. We hope you like it when it hurts. So, I am giving you the choice. Do you want to try and convince your friend who is going to participate in this event with you to go in second or go in first?
I want him to go in second, so I'll try to convince him to go in second.
All right.
I guess I'll talk to him. I'll say, so wait, I didn't get your name. What's your name? If we're gonna die together, I might as well know your name.
Okay.
Persuasion with disadvantage.
Yeah, wait, what? We're gonna die? I thought it was friendly.
Maybe.
Well, bartend will be simple enough and close enough. That's usually bigger, but most people end up just calling me that.
Wait, what was it again?
Bartend.
Bartan? Is that? Am I saying it right? Okay,
Yes.
Bartan.
You have a strong
All right,
accent.
All right,
His last name is Dur.
Bartender. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. No, okay,
See,
okay.
this is
bartend.
why I always try and write down a name and think about it 2 weeks later. But this one I chose only a few days ago.
Okay, Barton. All right, so I have a plan. I'm gonna go in, give a couple initial blows, try to use some of my moves that I have that might work on her, and then if you want, you could go in second. But I'm not gonna force you to do anything. If you want to go in first, guns blazing. I mean, it's all up to you. Really, this is an option I'm giving you.
Well, the first thing you have to decide is, are you gonna go? Because now there's two groups. There's you and your friend, and there's the other one. So do you want to be the first match or the second match?
Oh, we should be the first match.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
I don't want to fight her when she's like weakened a little bit. What kind of honor is that? What is
But you can
that?
see her fighting style.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. So, of course, she enters through the training arena. She's on the other side and looks at both of you. Interesting. I hope you guys aren't feeling insecure. I mean, you are choosing to go 2 against 1. Against
I'm still
poor
pretty
little old
insecure.
me.
Well, I mean, I'm still feeling a little insecure because we don't have the third guy, but we'll do the best with what we have. And then I'll get ready to bow.
The other guy next to you just looks at you. Wait, what? You're unsecure?
Don't worry about it. You'll see when it happens.
So, what sort of weapons do you want to be able to use in this? Everything you have, own, and know? Only what your monk training has given you? Simply fist and nothing else?
So my question is, do my fist include the gloves that I have on, or
No.
no? Okay, then everything that we know and can use, because we're gonna need it against you.
Everything.
If that means you could use the same thing, then
Of course. It's a fair
we have
fight.
even a chance. We're gonna have to try everything.
Very well. All right, then let's go inside. Just
Okay.
makes the first step, goes inside of this. Oh, let's go with. Just give it a little bit of ambiance.
was really hoping for something more akin to like a Saturday morning cartoon.
I got rock music playing on my end, so it's fine.
Well, I almost downloaded the third combat music that I want, but I'm always hesitating because it really feels like it came out of a 80s game. But, you know, I played 80s game. I grew up on 80s games.
Perfect.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe for the next one. Alright, so. She steps in the arena confidently. You notice that she's not only wearing her silk as clothes, she actually has clothes under it. But you do notice that silk is already out on her arms, on her legs, and all around her chest. As she slowly makes her way toward the center, you do notice that some of the threads of the silk seem to be swaying upward, mimicking a little bit the movement of a flame.
Okay.
The other guy next to you. Alright, well, that's kind of weird. But hey,
We'll be fine.
I mean, she's bound to have learned a few things we never saw.
Definitely. All right. I'll go. I guess we're meeting in the middle, right? So we could bow,
Yeah.
bump fist. Yeah. Okay. So I'll meet her in the middle, and then I'll bow.
How do you bow?
I will bow, palm and fist, and then looking at her in the face while I'm bowing.
Okay. Your friend next to you, and it forms sort of a triangle. You have Ami in front of you, and she has her two very large chakram on her back.
Okay. All right. Okay.
She puts both of her hands behind her back, and she gives you a deep bow, never leaving her eyes off of both of you. And you have a moment where you sort of have the, oh yeah, that's not ominous at all. First, let's start with the initiative.
Okay. Okay. 18.
18. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, and the initiative of your companion.
That's when he runs out of the building. See you later, sucker.
So,
Just
Frank.
gone. Like, god damn it.
your friend is...
He's like, it was just enough to make it here. I'm out.
And... oh yeah. That means...
It was an honor just to be picked.
Alright. You both bow. And like I said, she looks at you. And there's this moment where you see your friend lowering his head too much for him to be able to completely
Keep
see
eye
Amiali. He can still see her jaw and most of her face, but he suddenly loses contact with everything that is above her head. And the moment it disappears, she rolled a 19 for her initiative, so she goes right before you. But fortunately, you're looking right at her, and you manage to see how this starts. And of course, Jorg, audience, Remy, and Fisher as well. The moment the other one loses sight of what is above her head, well, from the perspective of your friend, he really actually doesn't know what happened. All he knows is that it hurts a whole lot right behind his neck.
And
And
he's paralyzed for life.
he almost fell down to his knees. That's oh yeah, and he had oh goodness, yeah, he almost falls down to his knees. Unsure of what happened, what you see, however, is well, the moment he lost contact with the top of her head, you see one of her leg going backward, upward, and all of her bodies follow in a kicking motion. The foot comes down on top of his head and replaces itself at the proper place. It's really a round kick, but in a bowing position. And she ends perfectly where she is. So when the other guy looks up, nothing has changed. She is still in the right place, and he's seeing stars.
Fuck. Well, there goes that. So my turn now?
Well, that's yes,
done?
because no, she does have a second attack, but hey, natural one happens to everyone. So because of that, you have this moment of, oh shit! You pull your head just a little bit because you see the other foot leaving the ground and doing a round kick, but this one horizontally, and missing you just half an inch in front of your nose.
She's too busy thinking about what she's going to have for breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah, honestly. All right. Well, let's do this. I'm gonna go in with my 2 attacks that I have, since you guys told me last stream that I have 2 attacks now. Both of them are gonna be with my fist. I know, strange, right? Okay.
Amazing.
So first one. Oh my god, that's horrible. A 10 doesn't hit. And then again, a 23 to hit.
I'm sorry. No.
What? Are you okay?
You're fighting against one of the best fighter there is in the garden.
Alright,
Do you really
I
think I'm
am
gonna lower her
going
AC?
I'm going to I'm gonna take the smart decision, and I'm gonna use a key point to activate patient defense and take the dodge action. Wait, right? Dodge action is a bonus action, but she has disadvantage on her attack now. And then I really need to get this hit, so I don't want to waste it here, but you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. And then that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright. So you try and make your best attack, and to your frustration, she dodged it as if it was a common attack. Something that you'd see from a beginner fighter. Just calmly sidestepped it. And she noticed that you take a more defensive position. Your friend, getting back some of his senses from the first attack. Alright. Where am I? Yeah, fight! Come on. He decides to go all out against Amiali, pushing 2 attacks, adding flurry of blows, trying to impress her as much as he can right from the start. And it's not a good start. Oh, goodness. It's, well, like the title says, it's a flurry of blows. Gives 1 punch, she just nonchalantly just dodges it. Second punch, pulls a little bit back, Then there's a kick arriving. She just gently sidestep it. And when the other one tries to arrive, she just make one step forward, putting herself in a very awkward place for him to finish his kick, and unfortunately has to abort it before anything happens. You see a little bit of panic in his eyes, as now she is literally within kissing distance of him.
I'll just look over at him and be like, I told you so. And then,
Don't distract him.
I'm distracted
Having
him
a
what's
hard enough
happening.
time as it is.
Alright, well, that's... no, he's going to try. He's going to try. He's going to try and move away using... hold on.
Don't try to move away.
Well, he wanted to, because now he's realizing that he's slightly outmatched. And he's just really regretting having used Flurry of Blows.
Slightly outmatched.
And this is the moment where he regretted all of his life's decisions up until that moment.
Well, the last one anyways. Good lord, my hands are completely dry. My mouse is not picking the movement I make on it. And I just want to make sure...
You just gotta give it the good old baseball spit.
Alright.
Also,
Yeah.
side note, gross. With respect to your devices and electrical equipment. I just want to state that for the record.
Yeah, remember, in 20 years, they're going to be looking at you funny for doing this. Alright, so now he's seriously regretting doing this because he doesn't have the necessary resource to go with patient defense for the next one. So he just tries to step away, and oddly enough, Amyali lets him walk away. Well, maybe not that oddly. You'll see. So now it's her turn. She lets him move away. He gives a large smile and just says, "Oh, come on. I guess you needed more preparation, huh?" You see the little bits of cloth that were flaming upward detach from herself. And they just fly up. Tobiyashi, you know what this is, and you also know that they shouldn't be staying there. She's paying a key point. She's paying key points to keep them active. But they just seem to be fluttering off like ashes bits during a fire, just going upward and letting the wind move them around. But as soon as this happened, she moves right next for the your friend, who is relatively close to her, and will use a strand of her silk. And it is a very successful attempt to grapple him. Grapple one of his arm and pull tightly on it. Sure, why not do this right now? And she moves in your direction, taking the unfortunate guy who doesn't seem to understand why this woman, who seems to be half her width, is able to drag him to you. But she is, and you end up in this uncomfortable triangular formation where he's a bit close to you, but right now it doesn't seem to be that much of a problem. And she's definitely concentrating on something. It's your turn.
Okay. Can you attack when you're grappling? I don't.
Yes, of course. Grappling,
Okay.
being grappled doesn't prevent you from doing anything except move, and grappling someone, so long as you have one hand free, or in your case, at least 1 foot free, you can still attack.
Okay.
Because monks also
Alright.
kick, so even if you have both hands busy, you can still kick the shit out of someone.
Or frankly, a headbutt. Just like
Yeah.
there's literally no definition for an unarmed strike. It can literally just be anything that could be offensive.
It can be a
Yeah,
butt
hip
strike.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay. I will use one of my attacks. Let's see what I roll. Oh my god. 14. And then I will use my second attack to use my meteor hammer.
Okay.
24.
24, that actually is good enough to hit.
Oh my gosh. If only that was my hit. Okay, so 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my action surge because why not? And I am going to. With action surge, I could just make another action, right?
You can
so
take another action,
I will,
yes.
Yeah, so I will take the dodge action. And then after taking the dodge action, I'll use my I could still use my bonus action. I'll use my bonus action to spend a key point and do Fury of Blows.
Well, usually you wouldn't do this in this order, but it's legal, so go ahead.
Okay. Alright. And Fury of Blows. Wait, I could take 2 hits, right? Yeah, 2 hits. 2 hits, yeah. Cool. Come on, 14 again. 19. Okay, so both of those miss. And then I will. How far away is she from me?
Well, you've been trying to hit her with your fist, so she's right in front of you.
Right in front of me, okay.
Or is she?
I don't know if I want to do this. Fuck it, it's only 1 hit. I'm gonna try to move away.
Okay.
So does does dodge action work while I'm moving away, or does
Yeah.
it not?
No, there's
Yeah?
no
Okay,
problem.
so
You're
I'll try
just
to move away.
concentrating on dodging.
I'll try to move away 20 feet, because I don't know. Well, myself, I don't know exactly what that move does that she put in the air, and I want to get away from her.
All right. So, all right, you move away. You try and move away, and as soon as you do so, there is a piece of silk that detaches and grapples you.
Okay. Do I have to make a save? What do I do?
It's a
Just
contest.
grab
She's
me?
using a key point to be able to use her silk as a reaction. You have that much later on.
Okay. So she has me. I can't move away.
Well, you can resist it. You can let it happen, but you can
Alright,
try and
I'll
resist
res-
it with
I'll
strength or
resist it. I'll
dexterity.
resist it. Dexterity.
Make a roll. It's a contest.
21.
She rolled 21 too. So it's just enough. You see the silk arriving and you manage to pull your hands away from the silk just as they try and grab on. And you manage to make 1 step away with this licking your wrists as you're pulled in.
And then move the rest of the 20 feet, and I'm away from her. Get away from me, ma'am.
Man.
Alright. So, your companion... Well, your companion is panicking a little bit, so he's gonna try and... unstick himself from this. Which is... aim and... It's...
He's not sure why, but this battle feels like it's breaking his vow of chastity.
Well, something is getting sore, but it's not what it should be. So let's see here. All right. Unfortunately, her will is much stronger than his ability to move away, so he just wasted his action. And he didn't attack, so...
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Did she make a reaction when I hit her with my meteor hammer, or did she not?
No, she made a reaction
Did
when
she
you
just take
moved
it?
away.
No, I mean like what was her reaction when I hit her? Facial, like voice, like what did she look like?
Oh yeah. You're hit. Yeah, sorry. Well, using the definition of what hit points are in Dungeons and Dragons, from your point of view, the drop of hit point is probably so low compared to her total hit point that it looks like she blocked it. Because technically, anything that causes damage to your body, reduce your ability to keep on fighting, is a loss of hit point. So technically, if you block a kick like this, you are losing hit points. So it's probably something that happened like this. She saw the meteor hammer arriving and she just...
Okay. That's good now. That was max damage with my meteor hammer, so I'm kind of.
Well, with your other friends, I don't know if one of you wants to try to do an insight roll to see how inconvenient this was to Amiali. Yeah, sure, you can always roll.
Not now. I'll wait.
As a healer, I feel like I'd have interest in that, so I'm gonna do that.
I got a
Brady's
5.
curious.
How's he doing?
I got a
What's
I got a
happening?
19.
I don't know.
It's like, wow, that was a blog. That was a nice blog.
No, it's
Randy only got an 18.
it's sort of that moment where you see Kobayashi giving his best hit, and it's one step away from being a critical hit. You've never seen him so focused, and he just strikes, and she manages to block this, well, rather easily. You know, you get the feeling that it might have costed her something in the cusp of 3 or 4% of her total fighting ability.
Okay.
So she is not very bothered by this. Yeah. At most, she lost 5% of her combat ability with this. That's your best estimate for Jorg and Remy. For Fisher, it's, wow, that was a nice blow. Should have hurt. She doesn't seem to be hurting. That's what happened with a 5. Alright.
Maybe she's a wolf. Maybe she's a construct.
Who knows? You've seen a whole lot of them. Maybe that's what's different in your world. They know how to make them in flesh. But more.
Now I just want Amiali's face to melt off Terminator style.
Alright, so he just wasted his action, which means, yeah, he's gonna just go patient defense with this. He tried to move away, couldn't do it, and then decides to take as best of a defensive position as he can. Fortunately, that's all he can do. Alright, so they've been... It's Amiali's turn again. They've been moving in the air for about 6 seconds. The wind... Alright. So... Now, Tobiashi, you're not sure how you feel about what you're about to see. You're about to see something you will eventually be able to do. Eventually. But not now. You see a piece of cloth from Amiali just detach and become very loose and simply drop to the floor, and she's not there anymore. However, there is still a tether of her silk going inside of that one, and then you hear her drop from the sky from one of those bits of silk that was moving in the air right next to you, and she tries to grapple you.
Wait, does she have... Wait, does dodge action help with that, or no? God damn it.
It's a contested thing, so...
Alright.
Well,
another deck
they do
save.
have disadvantage. Well, that's an interesting idea. Patient defense. Alright. I know what I'll do.
Okay.
It's something on my side, so you don't have to worry about it.
Alright. 18.
I did do something. I want you to know this for sure. I did do something to give her some sort of problem. But you know, when you roll a natural 20, it doesn't matter how much of a penalty you give someone. It's still...
Alright.
So she falls down and she grapples one of your hand. As soon as this happens, you feel a tug, and your arm goes up like this. And this is when you realize she's not touching any of the silk anymore. She's even stepping away from from you. You can try and have an opportunity attack if you want.
Yeah, I'll do an opportunity attack.
Okay.
And I'll take everything that I can. Okay. That's a 15. Never mind.
Okay. She just sidesteps it, and you try to do your best, you know. She moves away, and you have your arm raised like this, and this is when you realize, oh fuck. The other side of this is tied to your friend 20 feet away.
Okay.
And it goes through her silk. So you only have one option. Stay there, because if you pull your friend. So you...
Wait, so am I up in the air right now?
No,
or...
you only have one hand up, because it's just a grapple. So you still have the ability to attack something that's right next to you, but one of your arms...
How far away did she move from me?
Oh, just 15 feet away.
Okay.
Just a few lancet step... skipping step backward. So you're stuck in place, because the silk goes up into another piece of silk, and it's connected to a piece of silk in front of your friend, which is going to his wrist. So you're like this, and he's stuck like this. If you pull, you pull on him. If he moves, he pulls you straight up. You can either try to break the grapple by doing an action or attacking the silk, but you know.
Well, okay, I have a question.
Yes.
If I've seen this move before, have I seen any weakness for it yet, or is there?
You've never seen this move. You just know it's possible.
Okay. So it's my turn now, right?
Yeah.
It's 15 feet away. You know what? Let's see, what can I do?
You know that someone else can't go through the silk. So you have maybe 5 feet of movement if your friend on the other side of the silk portal lets you move.
Alright, I am going to... I'm going to attack the silk instead of trying to grapple out of it. So take my first attack. Come on. Damn it. Well, I don't know if it has high AC. It's 14.
Well, because of how it's been placed, no, it doesn't have a high AC, but it still has a higher AC than 14.
Okay. And then I will use my second attack to try to attack it again. Another 14.
After those 2 blows on the silk, you sort of realized, oh, god damn it. Yeah, that's right. If there's no tension in the silk, you're not going to be able to tear it apart. You have to make sure that you're pulling on it. That's how you're justifying your 2 missed attack.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's all I could do. Use my bonus action to use a key point and do patient defense again.
Okay.
And that's going to be the end of my turn.
Alright. So your friend is trying to break the grapple rather aggressively. Because he doesn't
Please
know
make it
what
out.
to do anymore.
Please.
And that doesn't work. That doesn't do damage. That's...
Well, has it been 3 rounds yet? It's 4 rounds right now, right? Once it gets
You're
back to
ending
her?
the 3rd round.
Okay, good.
You're ending the 3rd round, and your friend tries as much as he can, but all that happens is that it feels like someone is trying to dislocate your shoulder because he's not managing to break the silk, and he doesn't have any abilities which would help him do significant amount of damage. So he's trying to break the silk as much as he can. And all it feels for you is someone that's pulling like... Oh, God damn it!
Shit.
You even have this moment where your feet stop touching the ground as he's trying to pull on it, and then you go back on the ground.
Wait, can I yell at him real quick?
Yeah, sure. Let's call it your reaction.
I'll tell him to...
Stop, goddammit, stop.
Yeah, stop pulling on my arm, just attack the silk.
Okay.
It's her turn again.
Well, yeah, he listened to what you're saying, but he rolled a 1 for his composure. So he's using Step of the Wind to try and move away, try and pull as hard as he can. Make a strength roll because he's essentially pulling on you now as hard as he can.
Throw or roll?
Strength roll. He's pulling and you're pulling back.
Okay.
Unless you want to let him keep pulling.
17.
Alright. You beat him easily. So he tries to pull and what the heck is he doing? You pull your arm back down and stupid moron. You notice that he is completely panicked.
Man. This is what happens when you don't go on adventures.
All
right.
right. And her. Very relaxed. She moved to the center, skipping her way back. She looks at you specifically, because she noticed that you're not panicking in this. But she's no longer considering your friend to be a problematic thing. So she looks at you, she takes one of her chakram, and she throws it. And it's going roughly in your direction, but you're not sure it's gonna hit you. But just as it reaches the center of the arena, you see all of the bits of silk floating about become longer, and they become these long strands going at the center of her silk, all pulling in every direction, everywhere. In a single moment, it goes from a chakra moving in your direction to a spider web. And I'm gonna have you make a dexterity saving throw.
Does my dodge action help?
Well, it's a saving throw, so no.
Pretty sure dodge gives you advantage on dex saves.
They do.
Really? Okay, sorry, I forgot
really?
about this. So then, go ahead. You have advantage on your dexterity save.
Okay.
And that's with advantage.
18. That's with advantage.
Boy, are you gonna regret this. So I just want you to know, and I can actually take a picture of this, so you know that I'm not messing with you.
Let's see.
And this is her key DC.
Her
And
key DC?
yeah, she has a key DC save like every other monk. And this is what is written in my file. I'm so sorry.
19. God damn it! Well, I was so close.
So now you know I'm not messing with you. You try and
Alright,
move
let's see what
away
happens.
from this massive silk expanding in every single direction. But unfortunately, it does grab you, and it grabs your friend, and suddenly you see her grab a piece of silk and pull on it. And you all find yourself completely grappled in this spider web that has expanded everywhere, going from the top, the floor. And because she already has a grip on each one of you, as you know, she can further this into a restraint. So both of you are restrained, floating off the ground in this massive silk spider web. And you just hear her say, "Do you want me to go on?"
Oh,
You know what? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna try to break this.
Toby.
No, I don't care.
The next part of this
We said
loop where
battle
she
to the
drags
death.
you up into the chakra and you get blended.
We'll see. I'll see if I make it out.
See?
Yeah.
Alright.
You gotta believe in the luck of the dice. I'm not giving up. The other guy can if he wants to.
I mean, just a fun fact, I did roll off to the side your average damage per round, and I'm not going to give you that information.
Yeah, I know.
To be nice.
Alright, so is it my turn now?
Yes. You go right
Okay.
after her.
Yeah, I gotta try to break out now, right?
If you want to do something, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to break out. What is that? What kind of save is that? Dex?
You've got to
Wisdom?
break her
What-
silk. The silk is everywhere. It's around you. You can either try to strike at the silk or use an ability, maybe? Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink.
See ability, inventory, traits. Give me a second. All right, we'll see if this works. Because why not? I will first off as my first action or my first attack. I'm gonna try to use a thunderclap on all of the silk around me.
Okay.
I could do that, right? Does the silk have to make a con save, or does it just happen?
If I remember correctly, the spell thunderclap. Hold on.
Yeah, thunderclap. You create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range, other than you, must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 2d6. Since I'm level 5 now.
Well,
Depends on whether Draken wants to consider the silk a creature or not.
Well, it has hit points, but I don't think it has.
no, it doesn't
a
have
stat
a
block.
constitution, so it doesn't get. It would automatically fail its saving throw.
Okay. All right, I'll use that. Let's go. That's 11 damage.
Used your ability. 11 damage.
Just clapping as hard as I can. Just.
Yeah, and oh yeah, okay, so that's at level. I was misreading. It's at level 11. That's 3d6. So you clap as hard as you can to make the explosion try and break free. But if I remember correctly, it's 1 hit point per 10 feet of silk for every level the monk has. And so, as expected, it frays all of the silk, but does not go through it.
Alright, as my second attack, I can do it again, right?
A thunderclap is
It's
an
a cantrip?
action. It's a cantrip. You could use action surge to make another thunderclap attack, but
Well, okay, so an attack doesn't count as another action, right? Okay, so, for my attack, I'll just do the best I can and try to attack it with my next attack.
well, no, it's an you use thunderclap. Thunderclap is an action, so now
But I
you
get
use.
attack per action. Okay. I see what you mean.
So now you have a bonus action that's still free, or if you still have another charge of.
No. I will use. I don't think you could stun Silk. I don't even know if that'd work. Yeah, I'll use my bonus action and a key point to attack the Silkworm with the Fury of Blows.
Fury of Blows, you can do this only after an attack, but can you?
If you take the attack action on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So wait, I can't.
I just want to look at the normal bonus action. See if you still have one attack.
Yeah, because I used an action. I have 2 attacks.
On you having taken the attack action.
That's what I think. I just want to make sure. Come on. Stupid fingers that aren't conducting electricity.
Here, I'll race you.
I just
That
keep
could also be
scrolling
wrong.
up and nothing happens.
Make Toby look at it. It's on his character sheet.
Wait, what are we looking at?
You're using your bonus action
Martial
to
arts.
attack. All right,
Oh, okay. Let me look at it.
here it is.
Yeah, both of them require you to take the attack
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
So you can still use a bonus action to cast Patient Defense.
Cast Patient Defense. Yeah, but if I'm getting pulled, that's not gonna help me. But am I off of the ground right now?
Yes. and the chakram is being used a bit like a pulley at the center. So just pulling on it gives her advantage.
All right, yeah.
Contesting
I'm
this.
just gonna do patient defense, and that's it. That's all I could do. I'm just gonna wait till I can do it again.
All right. What about your friend? All right, your friend is starting to retake his composure.
Composure back.
Yeah. You hear him say, "What did you say? Attack the silk?"
Yes.
All right. He's running out of. No, he's not running out of key points. He barely used any. So.
Use everything you got to get out of him.
Yeah, sure, okay. So, silk. That's a 2. That's not enough. Okay. One hit. Trying to break off a strand piece. He's still panicking a little bit. Minimum damage. He manages to do 4 points of damage on one piece of silk. You see him and trying to pull and it's not going well for him. And none of his abilities help him to have any effect on that. Can't do anything. He was a way of the open hand. Doesn't help him any of his attack. Oh. All right. Hold on. Someone is sending me a message.
Awkward. We're in too deep at this point.
I recognize it, but it's just like, we'll worry about it later.
Okay.
That's okay. I
There's
mean,
one last thing I could think of.
he's panicked, so. Alright. Well, he's trying to pull away, and every single of his attack he didn't manage to land. I didn't roll a single. A single attack above 10. So, like I said,
Oh
he's
my
trying
God.
to pull on it, he's trying to grab it with his teeth. You hear the silks tear a little bit, but it's really not enough. And then goes back to her. Okay, so how is she gonna... Yeah, okay. You see her take the other chakram, and she slides it inside of the silk. And then you can feel it on you. Right behind your neck.
Don't kill me. But I mean, do damage.
She just lowers her eyes on at your level. Do you want me to finish this? Or do you yield?
Oh, I'm not done yet.
You feel the side of the chakram push a little harder on your back.
I got one more thing I want to use. I want to see how much damage she does this round.
Toby, we're not using a diamond on you. You hear from this.
Oh, is she really gonna kill? I don't think she's gonna. This is a
Have
friendly
the
fight.
diamond
She
this
better not
time.
kill me. She better not kill me. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, like, somebody in this party was killed during a friendly fight, so.
Now I'll just look her in the eyes. I'm just be like, if you're gonna kill me, do it now.
All right, so would a 39 be enough to hit you?
Definitely, yes.
No, just in case. I wanted to be sure. Okay, so
How much can a chakram do?
well, the problem is that it's not just one attack. It goes through the silk and you feel it in your back. But the moment you say, I want to know how far I can go with this, she just lets it go and you see the chakram go inside. And then you feel the blender.
Wait. I have a question.
Yes.
What's her minimum amount of damage?
The absolute minimum amount of damage she can do with this attack would be 13. If I get 1 on every single dice I just rolled.
There's 13 dice? Oh my
No, it's
fucking god.
there's a there's a plus something, but
Okay.
He's not gonna tell you that.
Yeah, just keep going. Let's see what happens.
all right. She gets to reroll.
Look at the dice.
She gets to reroll these.
I'm not giving up.
Better. All right. Using a feat, which I'm sure a lot of you know, she can reroll part of the dice that she just rolled, and you get hit with 30 points of slashing damage as everything around you rolls around and it feels like 7 or 8 blades just going around you and putting you to the blender. You see blood starting to trickle from your wounds, and you see her just retaking the chakram very gently, as if she didn't want to hurt you more than that by not being very careful. She just takes it out and retakes her position, very straight, tall position, twirls her chakram, put it back behind, and just gives a small tug on the web just to make you feel it. And you feel yourself going whoa.
You just see me.
Just to help to the helpless
Blood coming out
feeling
of
that you
everywhere.
have. Because not only are you bleeding and there's blood everywhere and you're coughing a little bit of it, but this little tug on the web just to remind you that you're restrained. Your feet's off the ground.
Okay, my turn again. I really don't want to use this here, but it's gonna happen. For my meteor hammer, I am going to use a bonus action, and I'm gonna use the last fire shard that I have, fire powder, and I am going to use 2 attacks of my meteor hammer since I'm taking the attack action this time, and see what happens. Come on, this is.
You do your
This
best
is
to
it.
pull your hands together using all of the strength you have. You sprinkle just a little bit of the dust on the top of the meteor hammer. You see it burst into flame.
After that, I'm just like, I'm gonna need your help a lot here. Talking to my meteor hammer, and then I will do my 2 attacks.
Go ahead. With disadvantage, because you're restrained.
It's a 2. It's a 16.
The 16 would be
19.
enough to hit the silk. So the first one, it shows that you have barely any coordination and you're just flailing that ball everywhere.
The second one was a 17 with disadvantage.
Okay, well the second one you manage to wrap your own silk around her silk and the ball just starts inflaming the silk at this point. And the damage is
10 points of damage. It's the silk that I already damaged
Yeah.
earlier, but
10 points of damage is enough.
let's go.
It gives a total of 21 points of damage, and a level can't go higher than 20. So it is enough, and you see these bits of silk just... and it breaks, freeing one of your hand, making you simply grappled and no longer restrained. But you're still grappled. You have silk around your feet. Of course, you were... dexterity saving throw. You were upward. If you fail, you fall first face.
Doesn't slow fall help with that?
You're not high enough to take damage. I just want to know if you're
Okay.
prone when you fall or not.
So dexterity saving throw, cool. 16.
Yeah, that's good enough. You managed to fall on your feet. Well, mostly.
I can still move while I'm grappled with this stuff on, or
No,
I can't move at all.
Grapple is you cannot move, but now you no
cannot
longer
move,
are.
okay.
You no longer have disadvantage on attack. Your enemy no longer has advantage on attack unless she has the grappler feat, because technically she is grappling you. It's her silk.
And I already used an action, so I can't try to break out of the grapple.
But you used an attack action, so you could make 2 unarmed strike using flurry of blows.
Yeah, I can. And I've already done a lot of damage to the silk, so...
Well, you managed to break a 10-foot panel of silk.
Okay. Dang, 21? Okay.
She has well over 150 foot of silk. Just keep that in mind.
I still got my bonus action. She's gonna attack me again. If I attack the silk, I won't have it. And I won't be able to do that.
You're in a fight. I'm giving you 10 more seconds to choose something to do.
Alright, I am going to use... I'm gonna probably get hit anyways. I'm going to use Second Wind
Okay.
as my bonus action. And let's see how much health I get back. 'Cause she's gonna hit me anyways. Oh wow. Wow, okay. 4 points of health back.
Okay. Okay, so your friend now... Oh yeah,
He better do something. He hasn't done anything.
hold on.
I swear.
Your friend...
How did he even get up here with me?
Your friend also received damage. Let's see. Yeah. Your friend's not gonna help you. He's unconscious.
he's unconscious. He's about right.
He's faking it.
He only had
He's faking it.
he only had 35 points. 35 hit points left. He took a harder hit than you. You're lucky. I rolled really low on the dices. All right. So, well, it goes back to her because your friend is unconscious.
Dead. No, he's dead now. He's dead to me.
He's dead to you.
He did nothing.
So when you're there and all right, this is what I do, and you turn around, you better do something, and you just see him slowly being set on the ground, the silk around him just coming loose, and rewrapping itself around, and you see Priest looking at this and start casting. Good lord, why can I remember the name of the healing magic? Healing ward! And someone signaling the poor guy to get out of here. You're done. She looks at you, standing straight up. So, it's just you and me. Are you ready to give up yet? When she says that, you see that she has just one little twitch from one arm, and you feel a slight tug on your feet, reminding you that your feet are still completely grappled. As you're hesitating like this, she looks at you and says, "Don't worry, we can finish this right now. I'll be gentle." And she smiles when she says this.
Alright, I'm not giving up. Let's keep going.
Alright. She makes one step back and you see her fall as if she was gonna fall into a pool, but she just disappears in her silk and reappears right behind you. It's only 5 foot of movement for her to move through her silk. So, let's go with this. Would a 30 and 31 be enough to hit you?
It would be. Definitely.
I think I'm gonna stop asking.
She's definitely gonna hit me.
So the first one is... Oh, that's a really low roll. Wow, your dice really... My dice really likes you.
Let's go.
Oh, I just saw how much hit point you have. Sorry,
No.
they're really mean to you, I mean. It's 12 and 12 as she hacks at you twice with her remaining chakram the moment that she reappears, and then pulls on the silk at your feet. Make a strength opposition to
Save
her.
it, though.
She's pulling. She's basically shoving you to the ground. It translates to a shoving action.
I was gonna say athletics, but no, just strength. All right. Okay, that's the best I'm gonna get. 13.
All right. That's right. She has advantage. Roll twice the same roll. All right. No, don't worry. You noticed what she's trying to do, and as you feel the silk pull, you fall on your hand and put your hand right yourself back up in a very monk way. Just this sort of balance from your hand. You managed to beat the roll that she made. Because I rolled a 3 and a 3 because she has advantage.
Alright.
And that's about everything she can do.
Okay.
She still has a very wide smile on her.
Is she 5 feet away from me?
Yeah, she just hacked at you twice with her chakram. And even more, she is, like I said, nearly within kissing distance, just going, I'm still waiting for a good fight.
I'll just tell
I was
her.
promised a good time.
I'm just gonna tell her. I'll just tell her. Listen here, lady. I'm not here to win. I'm here to see how strong I'm gonna get. And then I am going to attack her with my meteor hammer.
All right.
What is that? It was so close to being a natural 20. That's 20. That's 21 to hit, which probably doesn't.
No.
And then I am going to use my next hit to try to punch her with my arm that's free. Oh, come on, this is my last time. Just do it once for me.
And
Another 21.
they're good attempts.
All right.
You try and hit her. You see the flame. You even hear the of the flame in front of her face, but she just.
Okay, I'm going to use. I'm just gonna put it all on the line now. I'm gonna use my key point and try to hit her 2 more times. It's the
Come
last thing I
on!
could do.
Flurry of blows! Yeah!
Just do it for me. Just do it for me. Oh, come on, one more. 25 to hit.
That is enough.
As my last and strongest attack, I'm going to use all my willpower and my life points and everything that I have left into me. I am going to hit her, and I am going to use the Crusher feat that I have, and it just hits her 5 feet back, doing the strongest hit that I can. At least I moved her. And the hit points is almost max. 8 hit points of damage.
And the fire?
No, this is with my fist, because I did Fury of Blows.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna, almost dead, kind of stand there ready for another attack. I'm not giving up.
She looks at you. She gives you a bow. She tells you, I admire your effort. And then she shoves a thumb right under your chin, and you fall unconscious.
Well, I tried. I gave it my all. I know there was still some stuff I could have done, but I didn't do it at the right time.
The minimum damage she can do with just that thumb shoving it into your just under your chin, it's higher than how many hit points you have.
Yeah. I'm unconscious. I tried. I hit her 2 times during the whole match. How many rounds was that?
5.
Let's go. 2 more than
Damn.
everybody thought. I didn't give up.
4 more than some of us thought.
Exactly. That's what I tried. My friend didn't even help me. He did like nothing. He got grappled the whole time.
Listen, after the first round, I rolled for his will to keep on fighting after noticing that he's outmatched, and I rolled a natural 1. So he just lost it, completely panicked.
If I just could have hit those first 2 punches, I swear.
Also, just want to say for the record here, the term "friend" seems to be very loose here, since you asked his name like a minute ago.
It is very loose. He's not my
Meat
friend anymore.
shield, body
I
bag.
think my meat shield.
Don't you know
Shield.
Toby's super
He was a
trusting of
hindrance
strangers
all the way.
and very quick to make friends?
Well, he kills most of the friend he makes.
Alright.
Audience, from remembering things that she did in the past, for you in your mind, it's clear that she didn't want to just pulverize someone. She wanted to give them a chance to try at least to make it look good, and not just bleh.
She didn't start off with the thumb attack. It just immediately knocked him unconscious.
I would like to heal Toby.
Oh, the monks are gonna take care of him, completely heal him up all the way
Oh,
to his max. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, the chat. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom.
no, so,
But
All right. Well,
should go to Twitch.
after this, you see Amiali retaking all of her silk back. It just flows back inside, goes around the chakram, and the last strand of silk drags the chakram with it back to her hand. She looks at all of you, and especially you, audience. She gives you a little smile because she knows you've seen her make much deadlier attack as an opening.
yeah.
Gives you a little wink.
Yep.
But she turns around and says, "That was impressive and very adequate display of courage and of skill. Well, there's still a lot to be learned, but still."
Who are you calling adequate? Wait.
As you come back to consciousness, Tobiyashi, you look around you and you see all of the monk there looking at you, and you don't hear anyone just laughing at you. You sort of have several monks just... That was an impressive display. I mean, we all knew she kept on training, and for someone who trained with such a prestigious master as she did, it's very impressive. One monk helps you to get back up on your feet.
I'll get up. Jeez, thank you.
And she even said, she's slowly walking away, going toward that other person who wanted to have a fight with her. But that monk said, she even said that you gave an adequate display of courage and determination. But that you
I
still
tried.
had a lot to learn.
Definitely. I only joined in that fight to see how much more training and how much farther I have to go. It looks like there's a lot left to do.
And as a little point for Tobiyashi, with the exception of the damaging attack that she did, it's all things you will eventually be able to do as a monk of the Way of the Silk.
Yeah.
So you also had a little bit of a preview of things you will be able to do in the future, and how you can actually use these different abilities of traveling through your silk, leaving bits and pieces of silk behind, how you can use that as portals.
Mm-hmm.
So you had an example of what you could eventually feel like. And I get a feeling
Good to know.
that was more the point of this fight.
Basically, yeah. I wanted to see what she could do all the way.
And what
I
you...
want to see what I can do.
Exactly. What you will eventually be able to do. But as this little conversation is going on, you all see Amiali going up against the other one. This one really just wants a fighting attack. Just fist and feet, and only what the monk training can give. So she doesn't use her chakram, but she goes all out on him with just fists and feet. And you are previewed to the same type of things that you just went through. And for some reason, you sort of have this little element of, oh, so this is what it looks like from the outside. Because the moment she strikes with a fist, she leaves a strand of her silk on her opponent. So, strike, bits of silk, strike, bits of silk, disappear, reappear, and slowly, within 3 rounds, you notice why some people are starting to call her a spider. She just wraps him up completely, just like a spider would before injecting it with their deadly poison.
She's Gwen from Spider-Man.
And of course, you being a monk of the Way of Silk, you can notice within her black silk that little shimmer of silver that is oh so familiar to you.
So she was trained by a master. Was she trained by my master?
Well, the color, the silvery color is very familiar, like I said. You'd have to ask her.
I will. After she's done with her fight.
Well, by the time that you notice what's happening, it's been 18 seconds.
Well, at least I know I lasted the longest. I don't count the other guy fighting with me. He couldn't fight with me. He wasn't there.
So, who bet that he would be able to last longer than 3 rounds?
Yeah, who got money?
Yeah.
Who actually believed in?
That's a question I'm
My
asking to the
bet was
players.
only that
Who
he
bet
wouldn't
he was
make
going to
it.
last?
I mean, I ended up just betting with Fisher, so I never actually got to any other bets.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already won my 20 gold.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
So, you see a few monk exchanging bits of food. They don't have much to do with money. Bits of food is a better prize. Someone passing around a
cigarettes.
jar of honey to another one, looking very depressed by the fact that he just lost his hot jar of honey.
I'll just get up and brush myself off. Go back to where everybody else is standing. I'm guessing you guys were all standing in the same area, right?
Yes. I'd assume so.
I'll walk up to you guys and I'm like, well, do we need to go talk to the dragon now, or are we gonna wait?
I mean, that was happening the next day. I don't know if we've...
Next day, we can go right there right now.
Good job.
We can go there right now. Do we have an audience? Did you get an audience with her when I wasn't paying attention, Toby?
I mean, I could ask her after. She's kind of in a fight right now. I was knocked out.
She's obviously not the dragon, Toby. I know it's hard to keep track.
She has silver
I
hair.
mean, you don't know that.
Dragon
I
is
mean,
silver
yeah, that's
dragon.
Can
You know.
shape change, right? Like,
Yeah, she could be a
you
vessel.
don't know, do you?
I could have just fought the dragon right now, huh? How do you
Actually,
think about
there's
that?
there appear to be visible stink lines around your body.
Oh my gosh. No, I was just in a fight.
Anime stink
I could handle
lines.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He doesn't smell that. It smells like just blood. He mostly just smells like blood.
I can't have blood everywhere.
I don't know, I
It's just
think we're
blood.
sweating.
Usually.
Smell very irony, Toby.
I know. I should probably go take a bath.
Another one.
Another one.
That's right, you won! Oh boy, what's my prize?
A
Another
bath.
bath!
Another bath. Well, I guess we're going tomorrow, so I'm gonna go take a bath, rest up. Thank you guys for cheering me on.
Yeah.
Sarcastically. And
What do you mean? Olunak was cheering you on. Well, at the end of last episode, he was.
I was.
I've been giving you thoughts and prayers.
I don't need your prayers to the dragon. And then I'll walk off.
All right.
Oh.
Well, this is an interesting place where we could take our break. The fight is over. Tobiyashi is upset. Audience is smiling. And apparently everyone is going to bed. Unless you have something to do before going to bed on this.
I want to talk to Ami after I take a bath, unless she meets me in the bath, or
All right,
she's going
well.
to take a bath.
We'll do this after. All right, so let's Yes, and let's go with what sort of sound do you think chat would like to have during the break? Campfire, marsh,
The duck.
The marsh.
the
Let's do
duck in the
with
marsh.
duck,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Since they're not saying anything in
Nah.
chat, they're gonna get the ducks in the marsh.
Quack.
Exactly.
Just
They
calm,
deserve it.
Rebels and monks
calm
can't
noises in the
hide.
background, and then
Use
Nah.
keys.
So if
Yeah, we're up in the
you
mountains.
chat,
There has
if
to
you
be a
wanted
waterfall
something else than the
somewhere, right?
marsh sounds, you should have said it. And we're going to
Exactly.
break. Let's see you in 15 minutes. Bye. And welcome back. So let's stop playing the marsh sounds for those who don't like it. And we go back to the quietness of the monastery as everyone is taking a little bit of time to prepare to go to bed, talk to a few of the monks. Of course, Tobiyashi, if you want, there are still several hours before everyone goes to bed. You can try and talk to Amiali alone.
Yeah, I do want to talk to her.
Especially since you've heard audience talk about the dragon so much and you've seen the flyers that he gives. And he doesn't have a good opinion of the exile. So, the exiled, so...
Okay. I will, I'll try to find her in the monastery.
She's not hard to
Wherever she
find.
is.
If you
Okay.
ask, someone will easily tell you where she is. They're sort of
All right,
proud
I'll
of
ask
her,
someone.
you know.
Yeah, I'll ask someone to be like, you guys know where Amiali is?
Yeah, I think she just went through there. Just keep on going
Okay.
after for 2 doors, and you're gonna find yourself in a balcony.
All right. I'm going to head over there. Thank you. I'll bow to him and then leave.
He bows. It's not hard to
So I
find
go to
her.
find-
It's monastery. You're
Yeah.
used to walking to monastery. You can easily find your way.
Ami, hello. Can I have a can I talk to you for a second?
She turns around, very friendly. Yes, of course. Is there something you'd like
Thank you
to...
for showing me how strong one of us can be.
Oh,
I don't know if you know, but I also use the silk.
yes, I've noticed. And you
May I?
tend to try and hide the colors of your silk.
Yeah, most of the time, but I'm pretty sure you could see what the real colors are.
Of course.
I wanted to know who your master was, because the color of your silks kind of reminisces what his are. Well, at least my master's is.
This feels like a conversation we already had, but I think you already know the answer.
Yeah. When was the last time you seen him?
Oh, at least 10 years.
10 years. Okay. Did you know? Did he ever tell you where he was going or what he's doing?
No, they do tend to travel the world. Always looking for this opportunity to be forgiven.
See. Well, I appreciate you showing me everything. Everything that I want to be eventually. And
You really should focus on being yourself and not being closer to what I am. We each have
Well,
our
I don't-
own path. We each have our own experience. You will
oh yeah, no,
figure out
I don't-
things on yourself.
I don't mean being like you, like exactly like you, but I mean like how my moves will progress in the future of me continuing to train. I also hope to fight you again one day.
And I look forward to this competition again. Unlike some of my companions, do not mind fighting someone again if they've been defeated.
Mhm.
I'm sure you know who
It's-
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I do. I heard some of the story. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, but I should probably be getting to rest since my group is talking to the dragon tomorrow.
Sorry, that was me coughing that I'm yelling.
She just starts dying.
Jeez. Sorry. So she looks at you and says, "Oh yes, I've heard. I have to admit, it's been quite a while since I went up there. Maybe I'll join you."
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm pretty sure audience would like that a lot.
I'm sure he would.
But yeah, anyways, thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I'll give her a bow. Until next time.
Yes, of
tomorrow.
course.
But
She gives you a bow, and she says, before you leave, do remind audience that there is apparently information he needs to give me from our friend, Call thing. Something about a quest.
okay, yeah, I'll remind him. I'll go find him right now. And yeah, thank you.
Have a pleasant evening.
Okay, I go to find audience now.
So, while Tobiyashi was looking for Amiali and talking to Amiali, audience, what were you doing? Trying to do the same?
No. Audience, no.
Okay.
Audience was probably headed to whatever quarters he was going. Actually, he would. I guess his plan was to just. Well, he was going to go actually talk to monks about trying to figure out who to talk to, but actually to try and get an audience with the dragon, because we still don't have one of those, technically.
Okay.
So I'd probably be asking the monks, like, hey, who do you know? Do you know who to talk to? How to get an audience? Like, I'm not exactly sure what the customs are here or how to. The process.
Well, this monk looks at you and, well, the process varies, and that is part of the test. How will you go about trying to get an audience with a dragon? Are you gonna go in person? Are you gonna send someone? Are you gonna try and find someone who knows the dragon and send them? Are you gonna accompany someone who knows a dragon and try to just ease yourself in the conversation? These are all things that she pays attention to.
I see. So there's not like a specific person I like need to talk to. Okay.
Well, let's just say if you are planning to talk to her, if you're trying to gain an audience from her, the test started well before you wondered how you should prepare for the test.
Okay. That was not helpful, but I'm not going to tell him that. I'm going to be like, love monks. Really, really forthright. How we Dragonborn like people to be. Just really tell you what you need. You know, not beat around the bush at all.
You're supposed to be insightful. You should know you need to tone it down when you're talking to me.
Like, cool. Well, okay. Well, if that's part of the test. I mean, we already have a way to meet with her. We can just go up with the other people from the caravan tomorrow. But I also kind of want to be like on my own. So, I'm gonna go find the cleric dude again. That's what I'm gonna go do.
Before you leave, what is the sound of one hand clapping? Audience throws a chair at them.
Yeah, I'd be like, at that point, I just smack him. Was that it?
I need to ring the bell, huh? Bong! Okay.
Ring it with his head.
So, you try and go find the priest again. Try and have more information. On your way, you cross path with... I don't know. Apparently, you cross path with Remy.
I'll be like, hey Remy, I'm being annoyed by monks right now as I'm trying to figure out how to actually get an audience with the dragon besides just following our friend from the caravan up like lost puppies so we look a little more, presentable, and they're kind of giving me the runaround, but I'm gonna go see what I can do. I'm gonna go talk to the paladin again and maybe have him see if he, instead of us going with him, if maybe he can like introduce us as brave adventurers who wish for an audience but not like, don't actually tag along with him, and then see if she accepts it.
Amy scratches under his beak for a moment. Minor allusions to Captain, but then also minor allusions on Miali.
Yes. I also know Amiali is a connection, but I feel like that's... Like, I don't want to use her, because it's like, I feel like then that's just like, oh, we know somebody who's important. That's cool. Like, I want to stand as our own, our own people instead of using, Amiali to, like, grant us. Like, I'm sure she could, but I don't want to use her in that way.
Sib. Sorry.
You hear
Maybe he's
coming
going
from...
to say in a woman's voice, but does he really know me?
I mean, no. But I just feel like this is a better option from knowing dragons. I mean, I've been with dragons. They like you to be more independent, especially if I'm making a request of them. They want to see you as an independent, someone who can stand on your own 2 feet. So I would rather do it in a way that's less, me begging someone else to basically like gain us an audience. Whereas more, I want our own actions to gain us an audience, which I think they can, because we did help bring the gift here, but I don't want to assume as well, because you never want to assume with the dragon. That can be dangerous. So,
I mean, we already have an audience. Sorry.
I don't want to assume, so I'd rather have the captain of the caravan introduce us and how we basically helped out, and say that we want to have an audience, but leave it up to her to actually, like, choose whether be, instead of just tagging along and assuming that we should automatically gain one.
But it seems like if we want to impress her, we should be bolder.
Oh, Dorg, I didn't see you. Come on.
No, but I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna argue with this.
Oh yeah, I'm just following you guys around. I don't do well with them.
You were just walking in the hallways, and then you heard that last bit of conversation. And
I was looking for you guys.
For no other reason than me wanting everyone to be together. For some reason, Fisher was following you. And so now we have everyone in the conversation.
I've been here the whole time.
And
I
oh
was
look,
just
Tobiyashi's
standing
arriving.
quietly in the corner.
Yeah, I was looking for you guys.
Distracted. I was just distracted having an argument with Terranad in my head.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think? I think I think we could definitely just follow the captain up tomorrow, and I think we would have at least enough right to technically gain an audience, but I also think that it could be better just to ask him to introduce and ask for an audience for us. But it's up to, I don't know what you guys think.
I'm still not convinced Amiali isn't the dragon.
She just might be. But besides that, I have to tell you, audience, Amiali needs to talk to you. Something about a quest or something like that. Not really sure.
Okay.
I might have a concussion, but other than that, we should probably
Well, let's
yes,
settle this.
send them up to ask if we could do a favor for the dragon so we could get an audience with him, because I'm pretty sure he's not just going to give it for free, or her,
Well,
whatever gender it is.
Well, the whole point is we've done a favor, Toby. That was the whole reason
Have
did
we?
the whole...
Have we
Yes.
really done a favor? Are you sure?
Yeah, she wouldn't have the gift if it wasn't
The
for
gifts
us.
would have been stolen if we weren't there.
Rainy looks up at audience and just minor illusions, a small child holding a wrapped present.
Yeah, but I think the captain was going to present the gift. I'm not here to take whatever thunder he has, because,
I mean,
he technically
Well, I
it
don't-
was his task.
He would have no thunder if it wasn't for us.
Do you want to go bring
Mm-hmm.
up with him? You're welcome to, Toby.
isn't
I could.
Amiali supposed to be, if she isn't the dragon, isn't she supposed to be like one of the dragon's like favorite people or something?
I don't
We
know.
could
if
just
that's
ask her
ever
if you put
been
audience.
clear. Apparently,
But, I
I'm
mean, why
going
don't
to go
we
talk
ask
to her
her?
right now.
To present us or whatever.
Present us. Well, again, that's I was saying though. That's like I feel like that's using Amiali to like. I feel like that
puts
looks
us
worse.
below her.
I
Which
think
Why?
Are,
Well, it's not.
but
We're not using her, are we? She's vouching for us.
Yeah,
true.
that's fine.
I mean,
I'm
if
fine
you
with them
convince
vouching for
Amiali
us.
that, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
have
she
you
said she
talked
wanted
to
to
her
go
about
with
your
us.
plan, like your pitch to the dragon?
No.
Right. Well, if you tell her that and she agrees with it and wants to help you with it, she will introduce us to the dragon
She would have a much
favorably
bigger.
because she wants to help us get this thing done.
Also, she did say she wants to come up with us tomorrow.
She did.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe we should just go up then tomorrow. Maybe I'm overthinking this.
George,
Also, what's
I-
your pitch to the dragon? Why are we talking to this dragon again? Can I get
Audience
another
wants an army to conquer the continent with.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist I got from this. But
I don't know if I agree with this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was being sarcastic. I know my tone doesn't really ever change when I'm talking, so it might be
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
pick up on.
No,
No, I'm here to help the villages. Remember how when we were fighting the wolf god and like all the villages around the temple were basically like all the people had been taken and many of them had been sacrificed? Do you remember this, Toby?
yes.
Okay. So we as adventurers were able to stop the threat, correct? But unfortunately, we as adventurers aren't usually used as guards or guard duty or anything like that to guard a village. And I was thinking as this wolf god becomes a larger and larger problem, I want to set up a standing militia under the name of the dragon to help basically protect the villages while us adventurers deal with the larger problems. And basically have someone who can help protect the more common people, the farmers, the other, I'm
Okay.
thinking about the people.
My
Audience.
yeah, okay.
Wants to try and create
A fleet.
essentially a standing security force to help protect everywhere that adventurers can't be.
Fisher.
Okay.
All
From
the time.
Fisher, from inside of you, you hear Taranad go, "Oh yes, we all want an army led by a green dragon god, giving protection."
My question, audience, is if it's coming from another dragon, is it still under your god? Because if we're
It's a
asking this
patron.
dragon for a fleet,
I don't worship one god. I worship the dragons. I have a master who taught me about this.
but you've always said the
religion.
dragon. You say the dragon this, the dragon that, not dragons.
No,
Or is it
all
the
dragons.
dragon is like, as in like the people.
It's not one dragon god. All dragons are gods. The silver dragon we're about to meet is a god. In fact, she sounds like quite a benevolent one, and is one who seems much closer to this island chain and already established. So it made sense to me, out of all the dragons on this chain, to ask for her to be the patron of this, as she is already someone who seems to be trusted and respected on this chain. It would be much easier for people to handle, having her as the patron of it.
So if we do, saying that we do get the army from this one, right? Would we have to go to every island and ask every dragon to add to the army?
No, this is not. Well, I mean, maybe eventually.
Well,
This is a
since it's in
very
other
long
islands, there's
term.
different dragons.
As,
know?
Well, the point is specifically to combat the hunter cult, which, as far as we know, is only on this island.
Yeah.
This is where we are, so this is where we.
I mean, my hope is, of course, as the religion takes hold and everything it grows and other island chains hear about, other champions will spread the word, and perhaps the army of the dragon will grow across the entire land. But that's a longer term thing.
I mean, how I see it. I mean, you all know how I feel about audiences' religious beliefs.
Oh, I
I'll
feel
give
with you. I
clap
hate it.
on the
For
shoulder.
Sure.
But
I give him a high
I
five.
don't like this. It's whether or not the dragons are gods doesn't really matter for this specifically being a good or a bad thing. Like, people having additional people around to keep people safe when we can't be there is a good thing in my mind.
All right.
Or at least something worth pursuing.
But once it goes to shit, you gotta help me. I mean, we have to have a contingency for this.
Well, I mean, how would it go to shit?
I look back and forth from audience and Fisher. Nothing.
Yeah, Toby,
never
how would
mind.
I go to shit?
With free
Never
power.
mind. Never mind.
I
You
mean,
know?
in my mind, yeah, audience is in charge, and
Most people get crazy with power, So I've read a lot of stories. I know some stuff, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's just keep going along with it.
Okay.
I suppose I owe you an apology, audience. I misunderstood.
It's all right. I don't take it personally. I understand that the ways of the dragon can be complicated and mysterious.
Randy looks up at audience, and you hear in a very cheery woman's voice, "Would you like a pamphlet?"
Well, I do have pamphlets if you want to read into it.
No, thank you. Unless you
I was
send me one on
not-
Discord, then I will read it.
I had a pamphlet from the beginning. I would not like a pamphlet. But anyways, you should go talk to Amiali now.
Okay, I guess I will go talk to her about the quest.
I
I guess
we-
I guess we'll just head up with the. I guess we've decided we're just gonna head up with Amiali and the caravan leader tomorrow, and hope everything works out.
I mean, why were you wanting to not do that?
Oh, it was just I didn't want it to look maybe we weren't standing on our own, but honestly, I think I'm overthinking it. I think it's not. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll just be us. I mean, it is our cart they're taking up, so it makes sense we'd go along with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your
Okay.
horse. Your horse can vouch for you.
Yes, I can.
right, well, we'll
Alright.
see
We
you
get up
later.
there. The dragon starts talking to the horses, just starts shit talking us.
So they
These
left me
guys keep
behind.
leaving me everywhere.
They went behind like 8 fucking times.
They leave a cart behind. How likely are they gonna be able to keep track of a whole army's worth of...
Well, we're not. That's what Bastion's
Yeah.
for.
All right. So, you take your leave of the rest of the group and you go to where Tobiashi pointed, where there's a balcony, and Amiali's not there. It was all Tobiashi's concussion. He was talking. No. Yeah, Amiali
Talking
there.
It was a
Nobody.
ruse. It was a setup.
Just,
He was talking to his concussion. He did say that he thought he might have a concussion.
Yeah, the dragon was coming to me in my mind.
So you meet her at the balcony. She's still there, taking in the fresh air of the high altitude. You can see the cloud layer that is really close to you, right above where the monastery is. You can't help but to think, wow, the dragon sure has a nice view if the clouds are just below his level, her level. But you have this incredible view of the valley, you could say. And she's there. Her hair have been let off from the bun that she had while she was fighting, so now it's just a long ponytail-like type of hair.
I'll be like, "Good evening. You wish to speak to me about the quest?"
Oh, audience. Yes, well, you did say that you had information to give me. You didn't share everything.
Yes. Well, we didn't have much time before. Yes. Your friend. Wait a second. Going to my notes. So many names. I cannot keep track of all of them.
You should look what my list looked like.
My head. It was not that. Not that. Was that it? Kaharthane? There you
Yes.
go. There we go. Your friend Kaharthane had wanted someone to look into the crystals in the Dwarven Mountains that we went to, where we fought the Umber Hulk that had the peculiar metal with the dragon that was found there. Apparently, some of the metal has infused itself into the crystals, and he wanted someone to look into that. But you were gone, so I offered my services, since I knew the dwarves in that area and we were friends with them, that I could potentially look into it after I met with attempted to meet with the dragon. But, also if you're going to be leaving beforehand, it's fine if you also want to look into it, because I do think he originally wanted to give the quest to you. So that was the quest I was talking about.
Right, alright. Well, I really don't mind if you want to do it yourself. If not, no, maybe it would be an interesting opportunity to try a few things with my silk. I mean, I haven't jumped off a cliff of a mountain in a long while. I bet I've made sure that I can glide for longer periods of time since last time I did that.
It's funny. Half the members of my party are convinced that you're actually just the dragon in a shape-shifted form. I don't think so. But,
Well, wouldn't that be interesting?
yeah.
dude, way to just
Being a
out me
dragon.
right in front of her.
I didn't out you. I said half my party. I didn't say which half.
Oh, that is...
I mean, it's not hard to
that's
narrow
awkward.
down, though.
Oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Oh, maybe I should try and find a way to have my silk come out in a way that feels a little bit dragon-like. It would give a stronger note than a spider. I don't know why. Everyone keeps calling me the spider, the widow. I've never been married.
I think it has to do with the way you, in fights, you always seem to wrap up your opponents, and like, with every strike, you always seem to entrap them further in your silk like a spider until they can no longer move and you can give off the finishing blow. That would be my guess from watching your fighting style.
Oh, most definitely. I'm not saying that I didn't realize why people called me this. I'm just saying that it's not the most flattering of names.
No, I guess, but it has a coolness factor to it, and you can always take a coolness factor over potentially the kindest of words. Makes you, has a certain respect or fear along with it, which can go a certain ways with different crowds.
Everything has its advantages and disadvantages.
Yes.
Well, it's definitely
In my
something.
experience, if you don't want people to call you something, you need to give them something else to call you.
Oh, Fisher, you joined in. I wasn't
I've
sure
been
you were
here the
about
whole
to say
time.
something.
Why is
Richard's
nobody-
just following me.
I'm not that much shorter than audience. Like, how?
No, I noticed you were there, but you weren't saying anything, so I was just thinking you wanted to let your friend do all of the talking.
Well, yeah, but then I had something to say, so
Well, then in that case,
you
if
want
you
me
all,
to? I can leave if you want me to leave.
in that case, why don't you all join in? Jorg, I can see you there. And Remy, don't think that your stealthiness is putting you off of my perceptive abilities. And even your friend Tobiyashi, all the way over there.
I was just reading their lips the whole time.
Yeah. From a second balcony, slightly higher up, you thought you were outside of Damiali's reach. But no.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that we can probably do the quest. I'll say, looking at everyone else, I think some people were interested in the crystals afterwards.
Well,
back to the
definitely.
initial point
I
of the
mean,
conversation.
A mineral which would have absorbed magical copper? I mean, magical malachite sounds interesting.
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of people...
It doesn't take a high perception to see Raimi's eyes just glittering.
I'm sure a lot of people would have very different use for this.
Yes.
Well, my question is can it like absorb other magical properties from anything else? Also, if I could fit in my glove, since I have things. But we'll see.
Well, usually the way that crystals work is that they easily absorb energies. This is why I believe so many mages use different type of crystals to push their art into ways that it would normally not go.
Okay.
A lot of crystals
Yeah, that
can
does sound
absorb
interesting.
energy. They have their own energy, so they can alter energies which come in contact with them. I've seen artificers nearly make a profession out of infusing crystals with different type of energies.
Or you can always try eating enough of them, and maybe eventually you'll be able to absorb energy.
Well, you'd most likely give yourself a nasty tummy ache, but yes, dragons do eat gems.
Well, I'm gonna leave this conversation and go to bed. So have a good night, everybody.
No, I think we're all headed. Big day tomorrow. I think we just needed to clarify what was going on with the quest and a couple other things.
Alright, well, if you want to do the quest, I really don't mind, but if you want to focus entirely on what is going to happen tomorrow and how you will try to gain this audience with this very venerable dragon, well, I can easily leave it up to you.
Yes. And then Toby said you wanted to accompany us up the mountain tomorrow, or when we head up.
Well, I didn't say
right.
that I wanted
Yes.
to accompany you, but I did say that it's been quite a few years since I saw Exaniad. I might actually join you on that and try and see what's new. Maybe exchange a few interesting stories. I'm sure she has a lot of. She's had a lot of interesting adventures since last time, or she's just been sleeping. Dragons do have a life that is much longer than most people that live in the Shattered Continent.
Yes.
They can afford to sleep for 50 years.
Well, if we see you tomorrow, we will see you. I think our plan is to head up with the caravan leader. Because he has our cart anyway, so we might as well head up with him and then see if we can gain an audience from there. But that's our plan for right now.
Well, in that case, we might actually
Sure.
see each other tomorrow. A good night's sleep is never a bad thing before encountering a dragon, so I'll probably go to sleep also. And wish you a restful night.
Were you gonna run your pitch?
No,
Fire,
audience
gonna
is
wait.
nervous. Audience doesn't like asking for help.
As she leaves, you see her stretch a little bit, and then and grab her own hand from behind her back, her arms looking a bit like a pretzel, and then she starts moving them around. And you have this moment of, are shoulders supposed to bend like that? Oh, god damn it, she's double jointed.
Oh, Zach, be still your heart.
Yeah, I know. I my mind went another way too. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fisher's just like, that's what I looked like when the wizard took me apart and put me back together again.
All right. I guess audience will head off to bed before Fisher yells at him for not asking Aviali for help.
Fisher's following you because he doesn't know where our beds are.
Fair enough.
Oh, Fisher, before you wandered off, you feel the rustling of of two papers being shoved into one of your pockets.
No, I don't, but I'll find him later.
All right.
Perception.
Yeah, and then I guess we all go to bed unless there's anything else.
Unless someone wants something else to happen. Well, I've got nothing else before you sleep.
Mm-mm.
Alright.
I feel like I should take a little time to do additional identify since we still have stuff pending.
Jordan thought audience did a good job with the pitch to us. Maybe you shouldn't have been nervous about it.
I'll give the pitch to the dragon. It's fine. I feel
Right.
uncomfortable asking Amiali for help. I feel
Do you
like
think,
she's
do you
separate.
think the dragon would be
Right.
impressed if you were riding a dire wolf when you went up there?
I mean, I'm gonna be riding my giant cat.
Fine. Should we be riding dire wolves?
If you want, I don't think any show of power is gonna impress a dragon. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think more just being your honest selves is going to be more impressive, I found, with the dragon, unless we actually had the power to impress a dragon, which I don't believe we do. So, no.
Audience, supposedly people like you more if you're able to get them to do favors for you.
What? Wait, like, you mean, like, we did do favors? Or you mean, like...
No, not if you do favors for them. They like you more if they do favors for you.
I see. I'll have to think on that. Dragon kind culture is very independent. We're kind of taught to kind of, we're family and tribal oriented, but we're taught to, fight our own battles.
The ship doesn't go anywhere if everybody's fighting their own battles.
Well, I understand that. It's more just, we'll see. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We got this.
I'll trust you in the people department.
All right.
I probably would be more impressed if you were able to get a monk of Amiali's standing to get to do something.
You're also acting like the dragon hasn't watched us at all and doesn't know that we already know Amiali.
Yeah, so now he's watching you chicken out, ask for help.
Again,
That's a good
before we
point.
meet with the dragon for the last time, it's a she. Please stop
Be brazen.
It is what I said, I'm pretty sure, which is probably more insulting.
Just
At least you realized it.
and secondly, I think the dragon be respect that I want to meet with it on my own terms and not ask the powerful friend I've made to help grant me an audience off of simply but that's the thing. It's like if we'd done something for Ami where like she was like a friend, maybe I'd agree with it more. But it's more like she's an acquaintance of ours through another organization that's a powerful ally. But you shouldn't have to always rely on your powerful allies. You should be able to stand on your own 2 feet.
I'd think about it more as pitching your idea to somebody they know first.
Well, Bareth is someone they know. Obviously, he's worked for this before, and he can vouch for us. I already asked him to vouch for us when he went up to present the gift, that we were the ones who helped bring it there. I think that's all the entrance we need.
Hey. I'm going to go stand in a room for a couple hours.
Stand in the audience's room for a couple hours watching.
All right, I will sleep
All right.
and mull over how I'm going to talk to a dragon tomorrow.
Okay. Jorg and Tobiashi, anything you want to do before you go to bed?
I'll find Jorg before he walks into his room, real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Jorg, can I talk to you about something?
Yeah.
I'll look around, make sure audience isn't around. All right, so I honestly have a bad feeling about this whole army thing, about everything, because I've read stories, I've seen things. People get crazy with power. They get hungry, they kind of get evil, and they're always going to want more. So, say he gets his army, and he gets more of them. Like, we help him with everything. As long as it stays good, I'm in with him. I've known him for a very long time. I honestly don't think it will happen, but if it does, we, the rest of the party, not Remy, because Remy's kind of like, I don't know what's going on there, but,
Yeah.
But me, you, and at least Fisher, if we could convince him, we need to have a contingency against audience getting power hungry.
That seems like a good idea.
So we need to find a way, because I know
Like-
me and you on our own, we probably wouldn't be able to fight audience.
No, probably not.
And
But-
once we start getting stronger, because we're going on more adventures, it's gonna get even harder,
Yeah.
depending on what he picks up during the way and all that. But what do you have to say? I want to know your opinion on this.
I think that makes sense, especially since it's got a religious backing. In my experience, it could potentially lead to a crusade of some kind, and well, not experience in my teachings and what books I've read. So, yeah, it would be good to at least have some way of keeping his power in check. We're not gonna like undermine his power,
Definitely.
and as long as he keeps things good, like we are truly in it for the good of the people, then I think we shouldn't have an issue.
That's true.
But we've seen him, exploiting people for money, so my
That is
trust
also
is
true.
a little lacking, I guess.
Yeah. It's just something to think about. We should probably talk to Fisher one day about it, if you also agree with me. But I'll let you sleep on it, and we should probably get to bed. We have a discussion with the dragon tomorrow.
Yes. That's quite a discussion.
All right. Well, good night.
Good
See
night.
you later.
See ya. Sleep tight.
All right.
Don't let the big bug bite.
Well, at this altitude, and with this, the air circulating in the monastery, it's less likely, but you never know.
Good.
Especially if you transform into a bug. Alright, so I guess the only question remaining is Remy. How many objects do you try and identify before going to bed, and which
I mean,
one?
thankfully there aren't that many left. We got through the majority of them.
Mhm.
Like it was largely like a lot of the consumables was like really took up a lot of the queue. So
Okay.
really all that's left is like no, I had like stuff labeled as such, so like I might not bother identifying, but at least like one of the rings was well, basically there was a ring that was enchantable, as in it doesn't have an enchantment yet, but it can be enchanted.
It looked like it could be enchanted. It has a rune on it. Could be magical.
Oh, okay. So like, again, I take things like what I hear by face value. In which case, I'm talking about the ring from the wizard. So I'll go ahead and identify that.
Okay. Take a little bit of time, and the answer comes into your mind as the energy focuses. It's a ring of reaction.
Ah. I'm just going to quietly think how funny today's session would have been.
Entirely different.
I'm just gonna pack that.
Maybe not
Back
tell
with the comedy for later.
Tobiashi. Maybe wait a few days before telling Tobiashi.
I think Fisher's holding on to the really nice looking robes, so and I don't think those were giving off magic vibes. They were just fancy. Huh?
I gave you the robes. Because they're robes.
Okay, fair. But I don't think those gave off any magic vibes from tech magic, so just holding on to those for now.
When you said detect magic, they all.
back.
I told you they all give off some sort of magic.
Okay, everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens with identify on the ropes then.
Okay. They do need attunement, and they have charges. Sorry, I didn't make a name for it because I invented it. I just wrote armored robes. Because the robe itself looks like a normal magical robe. But you do identify inside of it a lining, a sort of underjacket, if you will, that has magical property. The caster, once attuned to it, by using one charge, can cast on itself only mage armor or shield. And the charges recharges as dawn.
Does it say how many charges?
4. It's an interesting little robe for anyone who is a mage.
Yeah, I guess notably, it's like attuned by a spellcaster.
Yes. The person
Yeah.
the person needs to be able to cast spells.
Uh-huh.
So Tobiyashi can't. But everyone else in the party can.
And I guess
It'll be time for your third class.
Exactly. That's what I heard.
well, I mean, if you want to go by technicalities, Tobiyashi can cast a spell,
Oh,
gloves
okay.
can.
Yeah, technically.
but by an item. Yeah, I understand the difference. It's just funny. But all right. In which case, I guess identify the staff, since that was very explicitly magical.
Yes. All right. The staff is a one that is a little bit more interesting. Takes a little bit of time, but the energy and what it does comes into your mind. And it's a staff of projectile. It has 9 charges, and every day it regains 1d4 charges. You must be a spellcaster to use it, and it needs attunement. At the cost of 0 charges, so all the time, a person can touch a small roundish object like a stone or a marble, imbuing it with a small amount of energy by making a ranged magical attack after the object is flung at great speed, causing 2d6 for bludgeoning damage. If you use 1 charge, a person can cast the spell Catapult. And you can upcast the spell up to level 5 by spending 1 additional charge for every spell level you want to upcast it. So 1 for 1 and up to 5 if you use 5 charges. And the last ability, if you use 2 charges, the wielder instinctively become aware for a short period of time of incoming projectile and can try to intercept them with the staff, granting for 1 minute a +2 to AC against all ranged attack roll made against the wielder.
And you said it was 9 charges?
Total of 9 charges, and it regains 1d4 charges every day.
Okay. Well, I could see why the mage was having fun with that. Well, would have had fun with that.
Yeah, but he's dead because audience killed it.
1, 2, 3. I guess let's go ahead and just take care of everything that was collected off of the attackers, and we'll worry about my other things later.
Okay.
Because I think there was only with the rogue, there was just like a set in terms of the magical things, a set of studded leather and one of the daggers.
Yes. And a ring.
Right.
Well, with this one you recognize because it looked a whole lot like the one you have, and a ring of protection. But you already gave it to someone, I think.
Yeah, I gave the ring. Well, technically, I gave the ring of protection to Fisher, who gave it to Toby, who gave it to Jorg.
So yeah, the thief had a dagger, a short sword, and a studded letter.
Oh, the short sword was also magical. Okay.
So now you've
It's
been
like he-
identifying this for 35 minutes. Do you do anything else before going to bed?
So, like I said, I'm gonna try and push through. I'm only gonna take an hour before going to
Okay.
bed, but
So you have time to do 2 more.
yeah. So I'll just go ahead and get the studded leather out of the way, just so I know which one it is.
Well-
But I'm pretty sure I can guess which one.
It's a studded leather. It doesn't have any special abilities except that it's +2.
Oh,
Ah. Wasn't expecting +2. Okay.
Well, you're starting to reach that level where +2s are going to start appearing.
And
Dagger or short sword?
we'll do the dagger and do the short sword later.
Okay. You concentrate on the dagger, and you're feeling kind of good that you actually decided to do the dagger. Because it is a dagger of concealing, another object I created. Don't look into the D&D Beyond. When a command word is spoken, the dagger can be concealed anywhere, even under something too small to hide it. As an example, the back of an earring, between 2 threads of a patch in a piece of clothing, on the back side of a belt. The dagger is protected against detect magic spell, and reappears if the wielder is killed. Otherwise, the dagger is a simple dagger +1.
There's some funny places to put that.
And it is shielded against detect magic, so you start having to use pretty powerful spells in order to know that it's there.
Mhm. But yep, that's 55 minutes, so
All right.
Randy has to go to bed before.
Otherwise, everyone's going to wake up late again. All right. So, big question is, does everyone want to end the stream now, or do you want to end after talking to the dragon? I am okay with either.
I am okay with either as well.
Same.
Okay.
Then
I can
Have
keep
a-
going
Anybody else?
tonight.
I
I don't
think
have
I
any.
Okay.
I can keep going for
So I'm
this.
the only one who works tomorrow.
I get wrecked.
I work, but I don't work till 1, so I'm okay.
I don't work until
I got
3,
nothing
so
to do.
Oh,
I'm good.
I should have. I guess I didn't ask, but I guess I maybe assumed. But I assumed the dagger is attunement or just an item.
One. No, I think. No, I didn't write attunement, so it's literally like a +1 dagger. It's just that it can be concealed anywhere on you.
Uh-huh.
It has a
I
command
just need the
word,
picture.
which you
Okay,
are
yeah.
aware of in your mind.
Just need to convey it so someone else can tell it to you.
Continue. Yes.
It's a
I
word.
just need to make sure I have these things written down.
It's a word you already
future.
know. So, pumpernickel apple. Okay, that's I've heard that before. Except when you say it, it's gonna be pumpernickel muffin. But you know, the spell is gonna recognize it. So, You all go to bed, and probably with the exception of Audience, you have a very pleasant night, but Audience has a slightly restless night as he's going over what he's gonna say, and is it gonna be good enough? What's gonna happen there? And again, on a few occasions in your dream, it feels like someone is pushing into your mind an interest for the gem that you meditated on. Again, it doesn't feel like the gem is pulling you toward it. It feels like something is pushing your attention in that direction.
Wait, who? Him? Oh,
Audience,
him,
yeah.
yeah.
During his dreams. Again, there is that little thing that keeps turning your head in the direction where you see this little crystal in various places. It even feels like the gem itself is trying to be discreet. But something inside of you is always turning your head where it's hiding in your dreams. But other than that, you have a relatively pleasant night. You wake up with the sun. Ah, that's good. And it's an altitude, so you see a beautiful sunrise. Little bit of clouds. Since you're inside, there's less wind. You can actually talk to people without raising your voice. For Tobiyashi, it brings back memories of the past, of waking up in your own room, in your monastery, wondering where you're gonna go in the mountain to find something new to hide from the priests and the monks.
Yeah. Those are all still hidden over there, by the way. I never took them with me.
Okay. I'll keep it into consideration for next time you come.
I don't know what they are yet, but you know.
Well, most of them you gathered while you were a child, so they're treasures,
Yeah.
according to a child.
Exactly.
As for the rest of you, well, you wake up. You're not used to living in a monastery, but it's still a beautiful day. The sunrise is incredible. Remy, you feel a little bit more the pressure of having done magic until a bit of the later hours, but you still have your long rest. Oh, I need coffee.
Actually, that's probably the exact voice that comes out of his mouth. That's just like a very disgruntled older gentleman. It's like, I need coffee.
And you know, it's since you were part of a thieving guild, it's a rare product that comes from the south. But hey, thieves also attack caravans, so. But you have this pleasant little morning, waking up. You regroup where your card is supposed to be, and it's gone. No, it's still there. But the caravan master of the other group is waiting for you. A bit impatient. If I knew you were going to wake up this late, I might have actually gone there and came back.
Isn't it like 5 a.m.? 6 a.m.?
Probably something like 6 a.m. 5 a.m. was probably when you woke up, and then by the time you found where he was, 5:30, 5:45. But it doesn't change what he's saying.
If you would let me know you wish to leave so early, I would have been up earlier.
Thought it was implied. Anyways. Come on.
I whisper to audience.
Makes
It
an
wasn't
ass
implied. They're monks.
He's not a monk.
He works with monks. They're always awake early.
So are we. 6 is whatever. I'm not. All right, let's keep going.
So
All
you
right.
all get in, and caravan starts moving.
Wait, we don't see Amiali?
Well, you don't
Where's
see
she?
her right now.
She was the
She's the
dragon. Okay.
The caravan keeps on moving for a little while, and you see everyone there, familiar, looking at you. Tobiashi, you have your roguish friend smiling at you.
I point over to Jorg.
He looks at you, Jorg. He looks at your feet.
Ew.
You get the feeling he's got a foot fetish.
Plot twist. Plot twist. The rogue's been the dragon the whole
All
time.
along.
I just
Yeah,
tell him, I'm like,
He has
Jorg
been watching
better feet than-
everybody.
Jorg has better feet than me. He's always wearing shoes.
Yeah, but yours are muscular.
Okay, all right. Let's just keep going.
Can I just
I don't got time for
transform
this.
half my body and maybe he doesn't get off to animal feet?
Well, I don't think you have this ability, but you can transform into something else if you want to. So it takes a little bit of time. You have a few hours before you get there. It's still a few hundred feet, and the road is not direct. It's a bit of a winding road. But after a few hours, and maybe half an hour before you get there, your attention sort of goes to Amiali, walking past all of you, giving you a little wave, and keep on going.
All right.
You hear the
over
rogue
there.
say, "She's got nice feet."
Hey! Don't talk about her that way. Okay.
Are
Tell-
you
you should tell-
jealous?
Tell him to go tell him to go tell her. Just tell her that.
No, I'm not jealous, but you need
I'm
to keep your tongue in your mouth.
flattered. I knew you liked it. He just keeps looking at you for the
I
rest of
want to
the
slap him in
road.
the face so
Is that the
bad.
same rogue that like had his knife at my throat?
Yes.
Ew.
So, after another...
By the way,
Yeah.
I'm on prayer on my cat. By the way, if you guys want to know, the entire way up, I'm just like praying on my cat.
Only distracted by Amiali while she's crossing the group, and
I must not be tempted now.
resist the temptation. Take a strip of leather and
Yeah, self-mention. No, that's not our religion. We are not that strict.
well, it's just that she's that big of a concentration problem for you.
Even if I probably socked this guy for it, he probably would like it. Not gonna lie.
So there's another half hour that passes, and eventually the terrain levels up and feels like you're moving on a small plateau. Probably not that big, maybe just 50 or 60 feet wide, but it's very flat. Flat to the point of feeling like it's been worked a little bit. It still looks rough. But as you arrive, you see Amiali, who is resting near one of the archways of this entrance of the cavern. It looks much better, decorated. Feels like the entrance to a temple a little bit. You have the caravan masters. Come on, everyone, wake up. We're here.
Yep.
I jump out and go to Ami. I'm like, there's this weird rogue guy, and kind of made me uncomfortable. Um, he was also talking about your feet, so I'd watch out for him. Kind of a weirdo. I tried to defend you, but he thought I was jealous, so,
Kick his ass.
Well, I appreciate.
I would like to kick him off of this. I would like to kick him off of this mountain.
I appreciate the warning, but well, I do have a half orc, half brother. I'm used to seeing weird people all around the world. My father was less than discerning in his mates. But thank you for the warning. But I would suggest not to engage him. If he's part of a detail defending gifts for a dragon, he probably is a bit better than you at this. Probably.
We had to save him. No, never mind. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll take that into consideration. Thank you.
But he's creepy.
Nobuaki just makes friends wherever he goes.
I know, right? Jesus.
Meanwhile, Rainy makes friends wherever he goes.
Alright, so everyone gets off the cart. They take the different presents. You have the Barrett just looks at you and says, well, didn't you say you wanted to come in? Or are you going to stay outside?
We'll come in.
Alright, well, follow the line. And he points at the back of the line.
Wait. I think audience should be at the front with you.
Yeah.
He looks at audience again. Join the line, back of the line, he points.
But never mind. All right. Okay.
Us mortals, audience will just give a nod and just be like, us mortals must wait to meet with the gods.
You and
Us mortals gotta stand up for ourselves.
you
I mean,
you
they
enter
wouldn't be
this-
here if it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
You enter this cave with the others with the gifts in front of them. The cave becomes slightly smaller, but also better decorated, and you even see a few people working around. You see a dwarf who is just polishing what looks like a very expensive gem statue. Probably jade, something like that. Keep on walking a little bit. You recognize an elf. Although it's a bit more rare to see elves in the service of dragons, this one seems to be finding what it likes. It is hanging on the wall what looks like a very well-made sword. You can tell just by looking at it, it's either been made to look like it's enchanted or it's heavily enchanted. Then you arrive to a larger place inside of this cavern, but there is a small door just before the entrance. And Barrett look at all of you and says, well, this is where we part ways. This is our door, and we're gonna go place all of this in Her Exaltedness treasury. I will make sure to mention your participation in this. As for the rest of you, if you want to remain here and wait for someone to greet you, I strongly suggest that you do so right here. If not, well, we'll do what we can for you. And he veers off and enters this smaller door.
Audience will kneel down in prayer in
You
front
have
of.
Amiali walking right up to the front of the line and looking at you and looking at all of you, just doing this. And she enters directly.
I say to everybody else, I don't like that guy.
Me neither.
I guess I'll meditate with audience.
It only takes maybe 1 or 2 minutes before you hear this high-pitched sound that you would identify as two teenage girls meeting one another after not seeing each other for a year. Just go, ah!
Also known as a squee.
And it only takes half a minute before you see Amiali coming back with someone. It's another woman. My question is, audience, are you in prayer looking down, or are you looking up at who's coming?
Audience looks up. His prayer isn't with his head down. Dragons are in the sky, and those of the dragon will always look upwards.
Nice. I'm next to him meditating with my eyes closed, so I see nothing.
Well, for all of you, the person you see beside Amiali would not be familiar. But for you, audience...
Can I make a guess before you say anything? Can I make a guess?
Yes.
Was it the person I met with the bard in the tavern that one time? Who used to be part of our party?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew it. Let's go. My intuition is good. Alright.
You see her arriving. That human shape, hair not neat but a little bit unmade, curly, bright smile, but also has a very strong presence as she arrives. And she looks at all of you and then looks at you, audience. Imagine that! I haven't seen you in a very long time.
Audience will give a half smile because he does recognize her.
Amiali says, well, apparently you already know one another. As for everyone
Yes.
else, everyone, this is Annie. She is the most respected vassal of Exaniad. And I've known her for many, many years. Annie gives a bow.
I'll stand up and bow back. Nice to meet you.
Well, hello. So, what brings you to my mistress' humble home in the Mistal Island chain?
I point to audience.
Ah, yes. I had heard a little bit about this. And I remember my friend with a poisonous problem. And so, what brings you here today? I've heard you help bring my mistress's gifts. That is very
Yes.
generous. And of course, she already knows about it. As you most likely already know, everything that happens in a dragon's lair, and for some of their most trusted vassal, is immediately known.
I will give a nod. I'll stand up. I'll give her a slight bow as I've recognized her position and power, and I'll be like, yes, of course. What brings me here today is a request to your mistress. I think as I know you have traveled this land and have seen its state and its changing ways, and times are changing. And one of the troubles that has come to this land in these changing times is the hunter cult, as they like to call themselves, or worshippers of the hunter god.
I have heard
Rec-
about them.
Yes. Recently, my party was able to defeat an avatar of this god, but not completely, and the problem only seems to grow. But during that time, I realized that while we adventurers can sometimes find and reach the root of the problem and help solve it, many innocents can be harmed along the way, such as the villages we've passed, where many villagers from that area have been taken and many even sacrificed to the power of the hunter god. And I thought to myself, well, it is both my duty to solve the problem at its core, but to protect the people of this island chain. As I've heard from others, your mistress is, for a dragon, very kind and likes to, so I'm sure that her heart would be touched by the loss of so many lives. And I thought to myself, well, perhaps there's a way we can help to solve this. So I went and I talked to a few nobles, and I found someone willing to listen to my cause about potentially starting up a group of individuals under the dragon's name, Standing Arby, who can basically stay in villages while us adventurers go off to find the problem and help protect them from the threat, so many less people are harmed along the way of these changing times. As I know guards will usually take care of large cities, and us adventurers will help where we can, but there's simply not enough of us to be able to solve all the problems. And he agreed with me that this was a worthy cause, and said he'd be willing to support me if I'm able to succeed in a challenge he has set out for me upon the equinox, I believe. Am I wrong with that, or did I get that wrong? I think it was the
Equinox.
Yeah, the equinox.
Equinox, equal between day and night. Solstice, not equal.
But as I have said in my... Now, I know that your mistress may not agree, or even, has nothing to do with my religion, but as you know, one of the benefits of my religion in my eyes, as I've talked about, is having a physical presence, something that people can point to, instead of a figure that many other religions have where they simply worship, in a belief system of something they can feel or not see. I believe in the more physical components with my religion. So I wanted to request the aid of your mistress, although she would not have to take part in much herself, to simply be the patron of this organization, and basically, be someone who they can look to as they're defending and know that they have a dragon on their side. I also think this would benefit her in the way of, I know she is in fact with the gift reaching out to the gold dragon who recently entered this island chain, because of the balance of power among that with the red and the green dragon that have shifted the power on this island chain. And well, this would not be, of course, the main reason. I do think it would benefit her, and of course increasing her overall power and prowess as being the patron of this organization. But that's not the main reason. The main reason would be obviously to help the villagers and the people that are there below us. So that's what I'm here to present.
All right. So I'd go with persuasion roll. Let's see how audience blurred that all out.
Come on. I've had nothing but bad rolls the past 2 sessions. It's saving up. These are the moments I wait for. Do not let me down. You let me down.
So, as you
Let me down.
as you finish saying all of this,
Can someone give me advantage?
I was gonna say,
Anyone
can I
wanna
can
give
I
me
help him?
advantage? Remy,
Can I-
you wanna like give me some images?
Yeah, Remy, you help him.
Well, it's like,
Or I thought you can help him.
well, I think this is one of those things where it's just like, I almost want to feel like he's like, if no another reason, this speech might come with like musical accompaniment, and just like in the stronger moments, just like make audience just like appear just a little shinier, like or like a little more luminescent,
okay.
because he can do both simultaneously.
Okay, well, no, that can give some sort of advantage. All right, I'll let you.
All right, come on,
Come
dice.
on, audience.
It's not. I'm trying, man. I hate everything.
No.
It's okay. This is for the vassal. It's saving the rolls for the actual dragon.
If
My
they
eloquence
let you
isn't quite
in.
here yet. This is the practice speech before I give the same speech in actuality.
This is what I was trying to get you to do last night.
Jesus Christ.
When you finish quite literally blurring this out, and even you, Remy, you were trying to help audience, but he kept talking so fast that you were having trouble placing the special effects at the right moment. And when it's all done, you see Annie approaching you, audience, and she puts one hand on your shoulder and says, "You can breathe, you know? It's good to take a breath from time to time."
Just, this just means so much to me, and I get so nervous.
Yes, I definitely noticed this.
I'm sorry. He's a little nervous because you're here. You're the vessel, and also Ami Ali is standing right over there.
Don't bring Ami into this.
He's usually not this. He's usually not this nervous. I promise you. He's a very great speaker.
Well, no, Tobiyashi, everyone can see this. Annie obviously has an extremely high charisma. You're not even sure if it's naturally high.
I remember this.
She's graceful, she's beautiful, even though nothing about her, when you think about it, when you look at her, you have this reflex of saying, damn, I've seen women that looks like that in the street, walking, just doing their thing, and they've never looked this attractive. But her, she exudes charisma. You can't help but to feel, damn, she's... Even Remy, although you don't have any sexual desires for her, you can't help but to feel like, damn, charisma.
If any of you guys weren't aware, by the way, I have already gotten a kiss on the cheek from this person. So audience is already...
Oh wow!
Two
I know.
women that you're nervous around are here.
Yeah, did you just see those rolls?
That's
Did you see how flustered
Well,
I am?
I couldn't see the other roll. It won't let me see it.
Oh, it was in that one.
Oh my god!
Sorry. 7 was still the highest because I rolled it now.
It was so bad it didn't want to let me see it.
He quite literally blurted all out. I'm not messing with you when she says you can breathe. He probably said all of that in 2 breaths at most. And so
He
when
almost let out his breath weapon.
nearly. Well, that's all very interesting, and I'd be eager to know what your friends think of this endeavor. And she looks at all of you one after the other. Jorg, do you have something to say? She's looking at you first.
I think it is a great idea and has the potential to really help out the people of this island chain.
All right. And what did your mind say, actually?
What did my mind say?
Yes.
My
She
mind
can hear
said,
both.
I can trust audience. I can trust audience. I can trust audience. I can trust audience.
Thanks, Jorg. I'll take that.
Then she looks at Tobiyashi.
Well, as long as it doesn't get out of hand, as long as nothing bad happens, as long as it's always for the greater good, as long as nothing turns back out to hurt anybody or become bad, I believe that this is a good idea. I believe that it could help a lot of people and keep people safe because, like he said, we can't be everywhere at one time. Same with the other adventurers that we've met along the way. We're kind of scattered at the moment, but if we had more of a force to stay with the different towns, different villages, different everything that we've come across, I believe that it would be a good thing as long as nothing bad happens.
All right. And what did your mind say?
Instead of nothing bad happens, it's like as long as audience doesn't get power hungry, instead of nothing bad happens. But the rest of it was true.
Okay. Then she looks at you, Fisher.
I'm on board. I mean, everybody else kind of said the good stuff. I mean,
And what is your mind saying? Surface thoughts.
pretty much the same
Okay.
thing. Just, yeah, it'd be nice. Fisher's 100% on board with audience. He trusts him, and he thinks it's a good idea.
Okay. Then
Whether or not she can read Terraned's mind. Yes, Terraned.
I'll leave up to you.
Terraned is just talking to.
Well,
And that's
Terranad,
like,
Terranad probably looks from inside of you. Fisher probably says something in the region of, yeah. It's always good to have an army led by a green dragon to protect everyone.
Can you read Terry's mind?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. After this, she cocks her head a little bit and she looks at your backpack, Fisher. Does he have an opinion?
Oh, shit. Does the worm do or
who you-
Terranad?
She's looking at
Who you
Fisher's
talking
backpack.
about?
Whoa.
You're looking at my backpack?
Yeah, she cocks her head like this,
Okay.
and she looks slightly above your shoulder and to the strap of your backpack.
You would know better than I would. I can't talk to Terry. It talks with like stars and stuff, and I haven't been able to learn its language yet.
Well,
It also has a very it's really smart, but it's still very young and it has a very poor grasp of how a lot of things work. So I wouldn't really.
interesting.
I also don't think it doesn't understand us when we're talking, so it doesn't know the plan. Terranad, on the other hand, was got a docent.
Yes,
it
I can hear
Is
him.
very pessimistic and judgmental of everybody all the time.
Yes, I can hear his thoughts very loudly. This is the first
well, if
moment
you
where Jorg,
allow me
Tobiyashi,
to-
and Remy know now that, oh god, she can hear thoughts.
Boy.
Well, Sig, as I usually do, ignored his comment because I assumed it was only at me. If you would allow me to throw out a little counter argument, is I believe the point of the army, so to speak, is that it would be under the banner of your dragon and audience more so than his god.
I see. And she just... her head just turns around a little bit, giving audience sort of this playful look when saying, I see.
Our audience is actually more worried about what Toby's elemental mace is saying about him.
It's just screaming.
It's just
It's like,
incoherent
fuck everybody,
screaming.
fuck all of them. They could all die.
Just a little ball of rage.
It's just like, kill him now.
Get rid of them.
Except for the bird, he's cool. He was nice.
Yeah. Other than him and Toby, they're fine. Well, actually, Toby's kind of a dick, but you know.
All very interesting. And what about you, my little feathered friend?
Randy just kind of like puffs out his chest a bit to, in some ways, like, you know, like show like the same symbol that that audience like carries around in audience, and then says in audience's voice, "Or the dragon," and makes a rainbow.
Let's go, Randy.
What other concept might be lurking around in his mind?
It's like concepts. I would say there is a huge amount of admiration, awe.
Groupiness.
I would imagine if she found like that part of his brain, just like skipping over that. And forget about the sexual tension.
And then, alright, she looks at you. Before ending, she
Also, I guess loyalty, devotion.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, very much a mix of things.
Okay. And before coming back, she looks at Orunak also. He just looks at her. Well, he's never done anything that would make me think it's not genuine, so... She comes back, and she puts her hand on one of your shoulder, but keeps on walking and lets her finger slide across both of your shoulders before going out of reach of her hand. And, well,
My heart rate is like.
well,
I'm already nervous, and this isn't helping.
Calm, cool, and collected in the heat of battle, but
it's a good
Like
beat.
heart rate.
I want to hear something, though. I can only hear my heart right now. Well, most of your friends have very good opinion of you.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, I do hear a few dissonant voices in the group, but in general, they do all believe what you say, and from what I've seen and heard, and the last time we met, I can probably say that it looks genuine enough. What about my advices? Have you been listening to it? Have you been trying to figure out what it means?
Well, since I know she can hear thoughts, I'm actually not going to say a lot of this out loud.
Okay.
Because I know she can hear thoughts, and I honestly don't want to say a lot of it out loud. But I kind of think to her about how I have definitely been questioning more. I've been, certainly reached out to in my time now by other entities. I'll kind of try and share through my mind the story of me reaching out to the sun instead of perhaps my God in a time of crisis, and how I've been trying to take a slightly, at least, broader broader view of things than perhaps what just was taught to me by my god, but how I still believe in the dragons. But it's just I've been trying to take at least a broader view of things lately,
Okay.
and follow also in some ways more what I think is right than necessarily what is told to me is right. Like, for example, I'll try and think about the duel I had with the rival god, and how there was certainly a part of me, perhaps from my god, that told me to kill her, but in my mind, what I thought was right is this person had fought honorably, and so I spared them. So, thinking about things slightly through my own eyes more as well, making my own decisions.
She takes a moment and listens to everything you think and the things you try to babble out also.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at you and says, well, unfortunately, I'd like to give you good news, but my mistress is out currently. So you won't be able to talk to her personally. But like I said, everything that happens within her own lair and everything I hear, she can hear. It is good that you have tried to absorb the experiences that you had. But you still have a lot to learn and a lot to understand. So, for now, because I will take into consideration everything you said and everything I have felt, and everything will be transmitted to my lady when she comes back. And of course, you will know of her final decision. I will make sure that someone gives you the proper answer. And she looks at Amiali for a moment. Amiali just is, well, usually I don't play courier for people, but I mean, for a dragon, you make exceptions. Ani just gives a little smile, and so I will tell her everything. But remember, be mindful of the influences that you draw, that you build upon. Be mindful to feed the right impulse, to feed the right thoughts. I can sense many different threads around you. Indeed, more than one deity has interest in you. Some have openly ill intentions. Some have hidden ill intentions. And some are genuinely on your side. But they will all try to make sure that you believe they are your friends. In some way or another.
I will try and keep my mind open and follow my best instincts, I guess, in terms of dealing with the gods.
Well, that is everything I can say. As far as everyone else, it was a pleasure meeting you all. I can see that you all have those little things that you are also worrying about. Little traces of things from your past. She looks at you, Jorg. I know that the cult is weighing on your mind a little bit. And I know that you are also afraid for your friend and the corruption that could be born from it.
It is a great responsibility he's taking on.
As a
I hope
druid,
he understands.
I can very easily trust you that you will do everything you can to make sure everything happens in the way that it should.
Of course.
You can't help but to think about the things of your past when she says this, as if something pushed that image closer to the conscious part of your mind when you realized that bringing the plant that you wanted to bring would destroy an environment.
I will do my best.
She looks at Tobiyashi and says, well, just try and stay alive. You have a lot of things to sort out. Things about your past, things about your present. And I can easily see the face of a woman you'd very much like to kill. Don't let rage, fear, and the desire to get even consume you. When she says that, it feels like you have the face of the woman who tortured you. Relentlessly. It comes back into your mind. Remembering that she bears the emblem of those you are seeking to go up against.
All right, I'll think about that more.
She looks at you, Fisher, and says, sometime all you have to do to understand someone is learn how to listen to them. And maybe let them speak for themselves. You have an image of Terry pushing itself up in your mind.
Look, I mean, I get it. I'm trying. I can't learn a language that fast. I don't know the detect brain spell. I'm trying to learn, but it takes a while.
And she looks at you, Remy, before she goes back to next to Amiali. Says, well, admiration is always good, and so long as you are fascinated by a force of good, it should keep you in the light. But be mindful. No one is above corruption. And be careful about the darkness of your past. It does seem to want to resurface. I can feel it. And of course, I believe you know what image surfaces when she says this.
Uh-huh.
Well, she walks right next to Ohunak and looks at him and... You're probably the most honest person I have ever seen. He sort of has this moment of... Yeah, that's me. Look a little proud of this comment. You're not exactly sure he fully understands everything that this comment can mean. So...
It's a good thing you're made of wood, because you're definitely blunt.
All right, well... As I said, I will make sure My mistress knows everything that has happened, and everything that you have said, and everything that you wish of her. I would say you could probably expect an answer from her within the next 2 months.
15 years, no playing.
Well, that's not bad. That'll also take place after the event, so I'll have that to kind of go off of. Who knows, perhaps she'll be watching. But
You never know. Maybe she will. And of course, I imagine that when you said that, there were at least a few images of what you want to happen in the month that rose up in your mind.
maybe. Audience maybe has a vision of him victoriously like standing as like champion of whatever like arena this is, and then like as he does this, maybe a silver dragon like bursting forth into like lay her praise on him. You know, there's some fantasies in his head. What do you want?
Well, just don't let your imagination run too wild. And I do sense there will be some surprises in there, but maybe not the one that you'd like. There is a sense of magic energy floating around all of you. I don't know exactly where it's coming from. It has a little bit of a stale scent. For you, Fisher, this feels like, oh shit, that's me, huh? Because you did get a sense of something stagnant the last time you drank an unknown potion.
This is the time it comes up. That's not good.
Well,
Fisher, my greatest betrayer, just gonna like.
It's just gonna blow up like a whole room.
Well, thank you for seeing us. I really appreciate it. We also have something to do at the moment, so
of course.
thank you for talking and pushing on the message. It means a lot to all of us. I kick audience in the foot.
You don't need to kick me, Toby. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you.
Say it. But yeah, we should probably get going.
Very well.
You know what? Like I feel like I'll almost never get an opportunity to give this to any other creature because every other creature can't take it.
Okay.
Raimi takes a brief moment, pulls out his box, puts a platinum piece in it.
All right.
And when the product comes out of the box, he will present it to her and say in audience's voice, "For the dragon."
She looks at you while you're doing this, and of course, the images come into her mind, and she understands what you're doing. And of course, she takes it very gently. This is a very generous gift. I will make sure my mistress knows whose it is coming from, and on behalf of who this has been given.
Randy makes a rainbow.
She takes a little cloth and she wraps it around, ties it up, and holds onto it by the bow of it so the chocolate doesn't melt.
Well, in this mountainous region, I don't think it will melt anytime soon. But yeah.
She is holding it in her hands.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
She is not undead. She does have body heat.
Or is she?
Well, from the fact that she kissed my cheek, I can tell you her lips were warm. They were not cold and lifeless.
And the way she touched his shoulder. Although now he also got hot. So
So audience
And it
was
was
if
like, how
audience wasn't a
reliable is-
dragonborn, he'd be like flushed, red, potentially shaking slightly.
I'm just saying, like, how reliable is the detection of heat when you yourself are giving off excessive amounts of heat when it happens, huh?
Oh, true. I mean, yeah, audience was definitely steamy.
all right. And he bows to you. This little thing of a human woman that looks ordinary in every aspect, except that she is exuding charisma like no creature you have ever met before.
I bow.
And she slowly starts walking away. Amiali looks at all of you and just says, well, audience, I believe you have a decision to make now. Do you want to go to the Dwarven Mines, or shall I?
We can go. I think I'm looking at my party members and Remy's eyes and how they sparkle. I'm like, I think we can go to the mines. It'll be good to meet up with the dwarves again and see what they're up to.
All right. Well, in that case, I think I'll spend a little bit more time with my friend. And we will see each other again in the garden.
Yes.
Okay.
Have a good visit.
I stretch and put my hands behind my heads. I'm like, we got nothing better to do anyways. What else are we gonna look for?
Be careful
I don't
what you
know.
wish for. And she turns around.
All right.
And leaves you there in this very large cave. Very well decorated. Just now that your eye starts focusing on something else than Annie and Amiali, you notice that the room is very well made. It's obviously been sculpted directly from the stone of the mountain, decorated with many gems. There are a few statues, large tapestries also, Dragon Duel of Arts. There's even one that seems to be moving on itself. They love art, and they love even more magical arts.
I guess I would turn to the rest of the party and be like, thank you guys for your, at least mostly confidence, at least. Remy, I appreciate the support as always. Yeah, that went, I guess, decently, as well as could be expected. Sad, I'm sorry we didn't get to actually meet the dragon, but, you know. And I know, Remy, you were probably excited and wanted to see the treasure room, so I'm sorry you didn't get to see that. But
Hey,
another time.
audience. I have one thing I have to get off my chest. Will you grab my hand willingly?
Yes.
All right, I grab his hand. I'm gonna ask him. Are you a vessel?
No.
All right, I'm gonna make an insight check with advantage.
Yes.
Audience doesn't think he is.
All right, that's a 21.
So, and that's always the thing. You can only tell if audience believe in his answer.
Okay.
And to the best of audience's knowledge, no, he is a champion, not a vassal. That's a bit different.
Okay. Well, I believe you. We should probably get going now.
It's an ability of his glove. It's basically a very good lie detector.
Yeah. The audience does not believe he's a vassal at all.
Okay.
Now, does that mean he's not? Not necessarily. But,
Yeah, exactly. But I believe you. I believe you.
But no, I do not believe I'm a vassal. All right. And then after all of that, audience is kind of going to get on his cat and look like his strings were basically cut, fully collapsed, because that was a lot for him. That was a little much. Too many nerves.
Blurring all of this out, finding yourself in front of, wow, Almiali, and now you know what's her name is.
Yep. Never got her name before.
No, she left before any of you actually
Annie.
asked her name.
Yep.
And yes, I did know from that moment who she was.
You know what was funny is I either guessed she was a dragon or like had some connection to a dragon. That was my prediction, but I didn't know exactly what.
All right. And so with this, with audience suddenly feeling weak in the knees and managing to keep himself walking all the way to Magna, so that no one sees that his knees are about to give out. I think it's an interesting place to finish today's stream, as everyone is going to... Well, you're all about to go back down the mountain and make your way to the dwarves. Now you know there is a portal where the dwarves are, so you could take a shortcut of a few days. Well, one day. By going to the capital, where audience might be wanted now because of everything he said. And taking the shortcut for the garden in there, or just taking the extra day and walking all the way.
Well, that might cause its own interests.
I'll leave you to think about this.
As soon as we're starting to leave, you know what, everyone, I'm gonna put on my mask, say the word, and start talking to my ball, my ball here.
Ball.
Just one of them.
Can you please add a few more words?
My ball of elemental energy in my
Thank
weapon. Just my left nut. Don't worry, it's fine. I'm just having a discussion with him real quick. He kind of sucked up when we were talking to them, you know. Gotta make sure he's okay.
Oh, goodness. So, what are you asking exactly?
Oh, I'm just gonna talk to him about like how he's feeling, what he was thinking of at the moment when we were talking to her. Now that we could finally communicate, telling him everything about me, my name,
Okay.
where I come from.
Okay, so it's just general
All that
discussion. Okay.
Yeah, we're just talking.
Well,
We're shooting the shit.
he was very impressed. The thing that would stray from this would be that he was very impressed by everything that happened. And he thinks that the presence he felt pushing in his mind understood that audience needs to die. Preferably,
Yeah, we could save that for next session.
preferably by fire.
That'd be fitting for a Dragonborn, not gonna lie. But other than that,
Or
That's it.
crushed. That would also be fitting. There would actually be a little bit of irony in there. Push him off the mountain. Now.
Yeah, it's just like, do it, you coward.
maybe this guy's worse than Terranad. He just hates the whole party.
No, he just talks about audience.
Oh.
He thinks he think he's even with Jorg, and the fact that he killed his pet. Nothing happened with Fisher and Remy, so there's only audience now. He's the only problem for him.
Okay, all right.
And the rest is just getting to learn more about him, his life, and actually getting a sense of everything he has to say. And I'll write you more through Discord. Everything
We'll
that you
figure it
exchange.
out before the next session. Yeah.
All right, so interesting place to finish with an elemental saying that audience needs to die. Ah.
Understandable.
Well, he did crush his house, So that's why he wants you to crush him. Alright, so we hope you enjoyed the end of the stream. Because, you know, there was supposed to be an encounter with a dragon, I did say this. But, you know, it's a bit clickbait, sorry. I have to get you to watch a few of these episodes at least, you know. So...
I don't know what you're talking about. We had an encounter with... I mean, Amiali was there, right?
Yeah, we had an encounter, and we were with a dragon at the end of the episode, so...
Well, the vassal of a dragon, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have technically been a lie.
The only reason we didn't meet the dragon is because Amiali didn't want to give herself up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, she has silver hair. Maybe it's a not so subtle clue. But then again, she has a sister that also has silver hair, so maybe not too much of a clue.
Also a dragon.
Dragon.
They're all dragons.
Her sister
Everyone's
could be
a
the gold dragon. Yeah. And I guess my master just teaches dragons now. You
Poor
know?
audience. Now
He's also a dragon.
Oh my god. He's the actual
It's
silver
dragons
dragon.
all the way up.
Yeah, you don't
Everybody.
know it, but you're surrounded by dragons. Theag is actually a dimensional dragon.
Audiences have
Actually,
got it all
Hold on.
mixed up. It's not that dragons are gods. It's that just people are dragons.
We're the only actually non-dragons in this entire world.
Audience comes across a secret text that reveals the truth about the shards. Shards aren't actually as we thought they were. The world is actually a dragon on top of another dragon that is sitting on top of another dragon that is sitting on top of another dragon. It's dragons all the way up and down.
The world is a flat disc.
This would
on
kind
the
of
back
fit
of 4
audience
dragons.
religions pretty well, to be fair.
On the
You'd
back of a
probably roll
dragon
with
turtle.
this. You'd probably roll with this.
It's a good thing Remy can't speak. Alright, so thank you very much for being here. An hour more than we are supposed to be. So thank you very much for being here, and we hope you had a pleasant evening. If not, well, just don't come back next episode, because there will be another episode. But we really hope you will be there next episode. All 20-something of you that are there every single episode. But it would be even better if you could bring your friends, you know, just so it's not just us. I'd very much like it if this channel could grow. But let's finish this as we always do. Thank you for watching. See you again next Wednesday or Friday if you're watching the rebroadcast. And as always, if you're watching this on Friday, I will be trying to raid someone next Friday. But last few weeks, no one's been there, and people that I know. But if you have suggestions, now's the time to write them in chat. Now, I really mean it now. Not now if you're watching this on Wednesday, if you're watching this on Friday, remember. And if you enjoyed the show, you can support the stream by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can support us also by making a donation, becoming a Patreon, subscribing on Twitch. And you can do everything else I just said before simply by spreading the word of this channel, because if you can't help us with follows or subscription, well, just making sure there are more people watching can help us quite a lot. So, thank you very much. Have a pleasant whatever part of the day it is for you. And, as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.
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 Good night.